Guys, let's all join their MCVZ.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yo. No need here. I'm later. Nice.
Okay, my Minecraft is this close to loading. I swear to the Lordy Lords above me. As God is my witness, he can confirm this information.
Moody!
Yo.
Yes! We got the old crew back, except Avno. I don't think he was in the crew.
What?
What crew?
The
What crew?
Eugene and Mooney and Phoenix crew when we all created the servers. The
Okay.
first server ever was because of Moon and Eugene. Mini.
Nya.
And then the second crew was me, Avno, and Warmfrost.
Alright, it should be less laggy or I can just do stuff now. Or is it
Are you on the
BOT8?
server?
I'm
Nope, not
joining.
Okay. Wait, I'm just thinking about
Yes! Try to mine. Forgot how high I'm on top of you. For no reason.
graphics.
Freaking. Eugene, are you even able to move?
My screen's white.
Wait, what? I think your game's crashed.
Loading terrain.
I don't think I should touch you at all. Yeah, I'm not gonna touch you.
I'm lagging more than ever.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah. But we removed more mods, so that should remove the...
I'm lagging more.
Damn.
Check your status.
Why am I lagging this bad? Like with Theopolis, it has like 200 mobs and I didn't lag a single bit. Like, I don't know. It's just being silly Billy right. Maybe if I turn VSync off.
Oh, Moon's watching. Nice. Okay, try to mine now.
I'm on my phone.
That's what we were doing.
Like the skin.
Yes!
Hey. And I don't think it's basalt. It's like some deep slate or some. I don't remember.
It's this one because I swear to God, it's not basalt. No, it's not basalt. It's it has to be in. There is a nether block that we could use for
Blackstone.
Blackstone. Yeah.
I blame that on lag, bro.
Kind of black. Where the frick did you go?
I blame that on lag.
Oh. Let me come to you. Hold up.
Bro.
Ah! Help! I can't see. I'm too short for this shit. Help! I'm too small for this.
He's like 2 inches tall right now.
up, bro. Come here. I can't move that good. I'm drowning. I'm drowning. Help.
You're drowning?
I can't go up.
You're like walking the way up.
Help me. I
Is
can't
that-
go up.
I wish I could help, but I can't.
Where
Let me
are you?
Quick, get down here.
I can't even see your name tag.
What?
But the
Oh, I
base is so
see.
small.
I'm like so far out.
Oh, hold on.
Unleashed.
I'm teleporting in there. There you are. Yes! Go up.
Why am I stuck?
There's some wood right here. There's some wood here. Ah!
From whence
Oh, I
you
can just
came.
kill you.
Manifest.
You're about to kill me, bro.
Forth my blade.
You nearly killed me. Okay, let's go. The fastest foot. Oh my god, they're so safe.
Unleashed. Swift and merciful.
What's up, Striders? Hurry up.
Oh my gosh, this lag is insane. Oh my gosh.
Submit for judgment.
Go up.
Actually, I think I want to go down.
Oh shit, there's a blackstone right here.
Damn it.
I'm in a blackstone biome.
Where am I?
I don't know, but I'm gonna go find a blackstone biome.
My phone's so hot, bro.
For those without context, we spawned in the nether. Yeah.
I found a bastion.
Nice.
Oh,
Oh shit!
hey, my game's running better.
Your game's running better?
Yeah. That's right.
Oh my. Okay.
What is now we're evolving?
They're right.
Oh,
Manifest.
You wanna come to me?
Spirit blade. Attack.
dude.
Oh, chest plate. Damn, I look
It's
smith.
trying to open. Something's trying to
Go up.
open.
Go up.
Smash
Eugene,
it.
go up. Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, I'm like,
Oh, you're lagging bad. Oh, you're lagging bad.
Obey. Forth my blade.
You're on Helen's thing? What server is this?
This is a modded server. You wanna join?
Is it Java or no?
Yeah, it's Java.
One.
Okay, good. Yeah.
From whence you
Alright,
came.
bet. Let me send you the mod pack, and then do you know how to join modded servers?
No, I do not.
Alright, I'll tell you how. Okay. Let me give you the link too. To install the app. This is the easiest thing I could do for you. So if you install the CurseForge app, then you go to CurseForge. You do your settings, then you click on Minecraft. Click on Minecraft, click on Create Custom Profile on the top right. It should say it. And then click on Import, which is under Create Profile. Then click on the file I just sent you. And it's that easy. No! No! Eugene! Oh. Eugene, you're muted, by the way. Oh, and oh, no, you're not. I think it's game.
I just left.
Oh, you just left. That's all you did.
Yeah.
Is it because of how bad it is?
Let's light it up.
What? I
Bro.
Am I lagging? No, it's
I'm like
Eugene.
immobile. I'm fucking so bad.
One on your account.
This is
Is,
just me. I'm a sick shit.
With
yeah, it's not him, or it's not us. It's him. I think it's because of the
it's
mod.
my game.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's just not.
his game is causing it, bro.
Okay,
Minecraft,
Eugene,
I just hate-
exit the whole thing. Exit the whole thing.
My computer is like on fire right now.
go.
If I
Yeah,
play
just
for
shut
like
everything
5
down.
more minutes, I'm not doing.
Oh, what is the
I think
attack?
I'm done.
Shit. Oh
Touch and frost.
oh,
Thank you.
From whence you came.
I think I'm gonna just like play Escape the Giga Chad obby in Roblox or something.
I've just played regular ass Minecraft.
Waiting for evil to show
That's
up.
what
at the
I
doorstep
wanna
will
do,
get you
man.
nowhere.
Like,
Dude,
I haven't.
I
Go
didn't
out and hunt
ask
it
a
down.
single thing Phoenix just told
By
me to
purging
do,
you
and I
of
was
evil
just sitting there,
spirits,
just like,
I
I
bring peace of mind to
Put
each
That's
time
one.
what I want to do.
well, when you install freaking the thing, tell me.
that's so much work. We're not doing that.
You
I
must.
said to act Kellen. I'm gonna text Kellen. So I can get pretty flowers and just live my life.
Let's light it up.
Fuck. Fuck off, you little bitch.
I think I'm gonna just play regular Minecraft.
Yeah, I'm texting Kellen now. Because he didn't
That's
answer my
nice.
streak. It's either 4. Hard. And the other one isn't even playing Minecraft, it's just here.
Idiot.
Manifest.
Oh my god. Why are you scary?
With my blade, submit for judgment.
I am scared.
Never heard this voice a day in my life. Who is
That's me.
that? 100% is not.
I like how
Swift and merciful.
Avno has called me scary many times.
Yes.
I've never heard this voice.
It's me.
No, it's not.
From whence you came.
What a catfish. This is just crazy.
What you trying to say it? Bro, who's calling? Oh shit, my girlfriend. Hold on, I'll be right back.
Okay, hold on.
Okay, it's me. Okay?
That's the voice I know.
Yes!
There it is. False alarm.
It's a false alarm.
That's good. Why is it? Oh shit! Kellen might be in therapy yet.
What?
I texted Kellen, but he might be in therapy.
Oh.
That's why he's not responsive.
Yeah.
Does nobody else have the damn password or whatever? Oh,
What?
Unleash.
Another
the
test.
Kellen server.
Oh,
Cryo-incarnate
I need to
evil
join.
breakfast.
It's so
I
fun.
asked him. I don't know what the hell.
My Luna client is like taking the hardest second ever. So
I got careless.
give me like 10 minutes,
Test
man.
subject.
I'm so sorry. It's just like
I got careless.
sucky lucky.
Picked the wrong
Oh,
test
Kellen, you think Phoenix has it? What is Phoenix? You might be in therapy or some bullshit.
Yay, my girlfriend has depression. That's awesome.
Damn.
Hey, Lex, do you have the password to Kellen's thing or no?
Huh?
Do you? I that voice crack. Do you have the password to Kellen's thing or no?
Kellen's what?
The server, the micro server?
Oh shit, he deleted that shit a while ago.
No shot, bro.
Bro, I am the one who has the server. Like,
Do
what?
a
I'll control the
regular
Wait.
server.
Is it the Eternos one or the one you have?
he never created a Turnus one. That's the thing.
Ooh, this'll work.
Oh, I'm like looking through messages and I see the server IP is KOJ85.ATERNOS.ME.
Hey, send me that. Send me that. Send me that one.
It's
But it won't
NT
work
dash. Yeah, it's probably because nobody's on it at all. So
unless you ask him to turn it on. He might turn
yeah,
it on. If,
He might be in therapy. That's what I'm saying.
I was thinking like just use Eternos because like you can give anyone permission to turn on the server. So that's why I wanted to use
I can work with
Eternos.
this.
You can't really do that with Feather when there's one person.
Beatrice, Jaffa. Okay. Oh. Back here. Cafe.
I've taken a look at your proposal. It's much better than the ones you showed me before, but I'd still like to make some changes.
Oh, come on, not again. Isn't this the 6th proposal I've shown you?
Like,
What's your
bro, I
issue
wouldn't be
this
asking
time?
if it was up. My anger
It's a bit
is
hard
I
to
can't.
put into words, but the design
I'll turn on
still doesn't look
the other one.
right to me.
I have to say, that's a terribly
I'll
vague
turn on the
and
Shire
unconvincing
server.
explanation. Please enlighten me. What
Okay,
would
here
feel
I'll
more
send the
right
IP
to
in the
you?
chat.
For
It's a vanilla
starters,
server, by the way. So
don't you think
you'll
this
not
What
roof
does
worry.
is
that
jutting out
mean?
a bit too far
Huh?
from the top?
What does that
It
mean?
looks almost like
What,
the head
vanilla?
of a fungus.
Mhm.
This
With
door,
no mods.
There.
I don't think it needs to be nearly this
No.
That's what it
large.
means. There's
If you
nothing
could reduce it
added to it. It's just
around
normal
my height,
Minecraft.
you could
Vanilla.
use the leftover materials to construct a few more rooms.
Except a few custom items, but that's what your friend wanted to add. That's
Roof and the
not.
door are the most fundamental parts of a building.
Be
If
like
you were to
here.
change them, then what would be left of the design? Even if the soul of the building won't be lost, all traces of architectural style would be gone. Anyone with the slightest inkling of architectural knowledge would know to leave them alone.
Oh, I understand the principles of what you are saying, of course, but the truth
it's
remains that
1.20.1.
I'm still a bit unhappy
because I
with the
feel like
design
doing
as
something.
is.
Bro, Eugene,
Is there
don't you think
anything else
soon
that
that
you
if
can
that if Minecraft keeps getting
Actually, I just got an
updates that you
idea.
won't be able to run it?
Can we get rid of all the extraneous sections on the roof so the whole design will just be one
Eugene, you're
vertical
muted.
structure? Similar.
What?
Don't architects often say?
Oh my
They
God.
know
Anyway,
that.
that's it.
Hey, young man, please
Huh?
wait.
No, actually, he doesn't know that. Sometimes huh?
No. At first it said no connection, and I was like, what the fuck?
Oh, because it's okay. It's on now.
Yeah, man. Now I don't know where I'm at, but we gonna figure this out.
You want to join the turtle group?
What's the turtle group?
It's me and Avnil's
Commission
base
was
clan
truly
thing.
the worst decision ever.
How many clans are there?
There's just me and Avnil's for now,
Jeez.
and your friend Kellen.
Kellen?
Which me and Avno have more progress than Kellen, sadly.
Kellen. You know what? I'm not gonna jump my style over.
So you want to
Oh,
join
man.
our clan or Kellen's clan?
What's Kellen's clan?
Kellen's
Oh,
clan only
hey.
has
I wasn't expecting to run
him
into you
and
here.
Carrot.
No.
Actually,
What
while
is it
we're
like?
on that,
What?
what are you doing here at the
I
tavern?
don't know.
Yeah.
So you saw all that, did you? Ugh, I thought I was in the clear. I made sure to double check that nobody I knew was around.
So you want
Anyway,
to join or
thanks for
not?
looking out for me.
I'm sure
Honestly,
Genshin
it
Impact.
wasn't that big of a deal.
To me, doesn't play.
I'm
Matter.
used to it by now.
So you want to join ours?
I
Stress
don't do
is just an
much.
inescapable part
You know
of
that,
being a
Phoenix. I
working
just be
adult.
collecting shit.
Boss, I'll have a glass
Oh
of
yeah, you
water.
need.
Same as last time.
Oh yeah, I
Do you
forgot.
want
You need
something
the
too?
thing.
I'll put it on my tab.
Come in here.
You say in here like I know what a.
Moon, over here, behind
I
you.
know you're already keeping a secret from
Ow.
me, but if you could add this one to the list
Before you
as
start
well.
dying.
Guy, though.
Hey, we're fine.
All right, here.
Another glass, please.
Have one of
Really
these.
is
Why
perhaps
don't
getting.
I
I would spend a lot. I suppose.
Have
that
one of these
all
and one of
this
these.
Here's your drink, boss. What do you?
The meaning of. Anyway, I don't know.
What do you think, traveler?
Okay, now you should be able to move freely.
No worries.
Oh,
It was
word,
just an
yeah.
offhand question. It's been bothering me for a while.
Which means since we are the
Even
turtles,
when
we
I'm
can
awake,
mine
the
underwater
question
like
haunts
normal
me like
people.
a bad dream.
I could see I already
I
got
still
the
have
Where are the
skeleton.
no good
horses?
answer to
They're right
it.
here. Yeah. Why can't I go through? I have no. What'd you do?
What?
So
can't-
Is this person speaking right now?
Yes.
Hmm? Ah, thanks for offering, but
I'm
you've
speaking
seen
with my
how he
phone.
is. He's not going to listen to anything
Of course
I
I
say.
sound different.
He understands nothing about my Okay,
I have
it
no,
is
bro. What
possible
the
that I was
fuck
just
is wrong with
jaded
Sounded
by
the
my
alarm again.
frustration. Well, given I'm already on my
I only saw
sixth
one
draft,
skeleton horse. I don't know where that
I
one
can
is.
probably push myself to
There's
make a
two of them.
seventh.
They're
like this close
Let's
to
go
joining.
have another talk with him.
Oh, hi.
I know where we'd be able to find the guy. There's
Eugene
no
came
time
back.
to waste.
Yo,
The wine can wait until another time.
multi.
I'll go take care of the bill.
Where were you?
Almost like an underwater cave or something.
Yay, Lexi. What?
Eugene,
Land
you're our
Heaven.
clan. I got kidnapped, so you get kidnapped. Let's go.
What's the IP?
I sent it in the VC chat.
Is this like brand new?
Get
Yeah,
kidnapped.
it's a little new. It's a little new.
Get kidnapped, Eugene. Let's go.
Oh, I'm not looking forward to that, but let's do it.
Eugene! Eugene, get kidnapped.
You're coming with me, Eugene.
Yay!
I don't have an option to that. Well, I'm still loading in,
More
bro.
looking options.
So,
Stop killing him.
I'll
Give
be
him
one
the
of those
helmet. Give him the helmet. And
Where'd
the
it go?
That's right here. Grab it. It's
God.
on the ground.
That's not even me.
Here,
That's
bro,
not
here.
anything.
Oh my gosh, it's kinda gay.
Like,
And I'm
Getting bullied,
feeling
bro.
extra
Grab the
homophobic right now.
helmet.
I threw it.
Oh my gosh. Lord.
Oh my god.
Hey, by the way, this spot is off limits.
I'm just trying to get flowers. I don't even care. I just want to go get flowers.
What do you want to do?
If you want to go get
Here's some flowers. You
Oh,
just
my
out here.
game's-
Be out here.
Really did spend a
follow
lot
me.
recently. Only
Move.
10 more left.
My game's lagging.
Eugene,
no.
this is normal. Like how? How?
swim through.
I
Well, 10 more
literally
is
was.
better than no more.
Double tap W.
I'm
You
free.
do what?
Double tap W.
You use double tap?
Oh! You didn't see that. Hold on, give me a second. I'm struggling. Help me.
Why am I lagging?
I can't even like do regular shit.
Oh.
Literally, just like I'm handicapped right now.
Here, I got you. Ready? Ready.
Get up here. Thank you.
Walk through.
There it is. I finally did it.
I don't remember where the base is, by the way.
Ah,
Add Astra.
I'll just set flowers around.
Thank you
those
for
now.
complete.
Well, the whole point of it is so a secret because we used to live near Kellen because he decided to live near a village near us, even though we claimed it. Oh yeah, we can make cookies. Woohoo!
My Discord crap. Imagine.
Like just recently.
Oh look, there's flowers.
Hey yo, flower
Steal all the
hunting.
flowers.
Oh, these are my favorite flowers too. And the purple ones. Love the bitches. Love that.
Your flowers.
I don't care anymore. But
Hey, Moon.
Yeah.
You see these flowers right here?
Mm-hmm.
Cave. What
What?
are you doing
That's
here?
cruel. I just heard that.
Well, I still
heard
have
it.
one
changed
though.
my mind.
He's
I
gonna
was
do
overruled.
like
Come here!
influence.
No.
Can we try discussing the project some more?
Let me collect my
apologies as well.
flowers. I don't do
Now that
nothing.
I think about it, some of my requests
Eugene,
were
where's your
indeed
helmet?
a bit unreasonable.
In
If
my
I choose
inventory.
you to create the design for my
Okay.
project, I
Why don't
should
you have
a
it
bit more
on?
faith in your vision.
Took
You
mine
know
off.
that
Thank you for
helmet is
understanding.
way better than the
Mutual
one you have
trust
on,
is
right?
the basis for good
Oh.
communication.
Alright.
Now that we've got that out of the
I
way,
just now saw
think
the
we can have a
chance.
more
Okay.
productive, to be perfectly
Yeah.
honest. Your commission, even now, I still I am
Burn her
aware
flowers,
that I've
that was
produced several
funny.
draft.
And I still have
It's just
That was
Hmm?
cool.
the timber here as well.
Let's see.
Please give me a moment. My head's starting to hurt again. Just please hold on for a second.
Oh, there's more, but not the
So,
flowers I like.
let me get this straight. Architectural
Uh-oh,
design
it's
cannot be
getting
neatly
nighttime.
split into discrete parts. Any change to
Kinda
one
low,
part of
bro.
the design will affect
Like,
the quality of the
At
whole
2
thing.
hearts right now.
I
How are you
decided
at
to
2 hearts?
utilize high-end
Because I
timber for this
drowned when
section
someone
because the
didn't
weight
drop
bearing
the
structure
helmet
requires the
correctly.
supporting materials
Well,
to be
you should
durable
learn
and
how to
strong.
pick things up faster,
Same
and that's
with the
just me.
tiles.
That
Switch
was-
them
that
out, and the
was so
entire
cool,
control
man.
will have to be
That was
redesigned.
cool.
If
That's
all you need
bad.
is
Oh
a
my
building
God.
with a roof that can keep
I
you
thought it
dry in
died.
the
I
rain,
swear to the
you
Lord.
shouldn't have committed.
I'm trying to get hope
I'm gonna get
before it gets
snack.
dark.
Please tell me, are you
Oh
absolutely
my gosh, I'm lying.
sure that there's no room
Yeah.
for
Oh!
any changes in this
Okay,
draft
that's
of the
not a second.
design?
I was
I
like,
think
what is
the most
that?
important thing for me is to
Ow.
understand what you would
Took fucking
actually
damage.
like to get.
Y'all need help?
If you could tell me more
Oh,
about your
sorry.
You
vision,
spawned them. I
I might be
swear to
able
God.
to work with the design some more.
I spawned what?
You are the client,
You know
after
what you
all.
spawned.
You
I'm
You
gonna
should have
pop
the
you.
final say on how the project
Y'all
turns
blaming
out.
me. How dare you?
Because you did.
Want to
Y'all need
build
help? Where are you
something
guys?
unique,
Where are you?
something
I don't even know where
quiet
home is.
and
I'm not gonna
warm
hold you.
inside. A
got
refuge
you.
that can block out the world
I know it's somewhere over
outside.
here, but I don't
What's
know where.
happening?
I want all who enter this
Oh, Eugene, where
building
are you?
to be able to temporarily forget
Uh-oh,
everything
Eugene.
that's going on outside of the building and just
Ow.
focus on their task at hand.
That's a bit more information than last time, but it's still extremely vague. To put it another way, every rich person who wants to build a mansion for themselves would request
Okay.
something like this. We've
You ready?
gone through many
We're going back to bed.
proposals,
And a
and
creeper
this
is
draft
crazy.
is already the cheapest one. Cutting costs by substituting building materials will not only detract from the overall effect of the building,
I stole
it
some
also won't
chocolate
save you
bars.
much more in the grand scheme of things.
Woo,
Thank
Oh
you
my God, a
for giving
dolphin.
it so much thought. Please give me
Moon,
some
come on,
more
right-
time
oh,
to
over
mull
here.
over the budget.
Over
I'll
here.
get back to you once I've figured out a solution. I still have a few business meetings
just
that I must
attacking
attend, so I'm afraid I'll have to leave for now.
I'm
You
like
can
guiding
just
you
leave
to the
the
base.
proposal as
Yeah,
is.
no.
Oh, here's the
I'll
target.
get in touch once
I
I've
knew it was over
given
here
it some
this
more
whole time.
thought.
Oh, and I did it. Let's go. Phoenix, I did it.
Alright, I'm coming back.
I also have a
I'm
similar
proud of
feeling.
you, totally.
know.
Is that
I'm
really okay? I mean, what he does now is none of our business.
I just don't do damage.
He
Just
does
just
seem
me.
really suspicious, though. He dresses like a rich person, but when you talk to him, he hardly sounds
Hello.
the part.
Dolphin whistles.
Mooney, where are you going?
I don't even know what the fuck.
Hello.
Wait.
Can you even
That's
see me?
actually pretty common.
Yeah, you're
Not all
like
rich
I see your
people are
name tag.
spendthrifts.
What's up?
Many are just, as if not more, stingy than him. The more mora some people have, the more they love
No
interfering
way
with
you put a
people's
door
lives.
there.
By constantly reminding you to pay back your debts,
Oh,
by
Eugene!
hinting every other day that it's time for you to pay rent.
Mooney.
Actually, now that I
Yeah.
think about it,
Have this.
I'm not even sure this person really wants to work on
As
this
it
project with me.
floats. It's
Putting
floated
his
somewhere.
vague requests
there.
aside,
I see it.
he's still finding excuses to procrastinate
Yeah.
even when we've decided on a plan. Who knows how long construction will take if he keeps delaying things like this? We should find him again and get some clearer answers. The sooner we can break ground on this, the better.
Yeah, don't hit me with that, by the way. Because I can literally one-shot you. Whoop.
I would chocolate bar. Let's see. Hershey.
Hey, Wazowski! Damn, Mooney! You have 724 ping.
Hey,
Of
That's
course
horrible.
I
for a nice
do.
meal sometime. My treat, of course.
That's horrible! Eugene, where are you?
Wait, wait.
How does Eugene have more than you?
I think it's fine in my opinion.
Eugene, why are you over here?
724 ping. That's insane.
Where
Yo,
did he go?
Eugene, are
Yeah.
you lost?
I could have sworn he went this
That
way.
how much do I
Let's
have?
keep
I need
looking.
to check.
You have 71.
Oh, what? I have 71 and I'm running at like 60 FPS. That's insane.
Hey, look! Isn't that Badawi? It sure looks like him, but he's dressed
Of course,
completely
Eugene
different
goes
now.
straight for the watermelon. That's
Didn't I
crazy.
tell you before?
I'm hungry,
I'm
bro.
not looking for more work less. Aren't you a
I
bit
have no food.
old for
That's
physical labor?
crazy.
If
You
something
could
happens
ask
to
me
you,
for
I
food.
That's
won't be able to
racist,
pay
bro.
for
I'm
it.
just kidding, no.
Oh, you won't have to worry about that. I grew up as an Eremite mercenary
Oh,
and worked in the desert my entire life.
goddamn.
My body's
Back up.
still in great shape.
Back up.
I don't have many talents,
Back
but
up.
I still have my
It
muscle.
automatically comes back
If
to
you
you?
need someone to
Killed it.
unload goods or drive away
Yeah, it's called
sumpter
loyalty.
beasts, I'm your man.
You used
For a
to be
trident,
an
it's
Eremite
crazy.
mercenary?
I know there are a lot of bad apples in our
And
ranks.
the
But most are just trying to make
the
a
tridents
living.
are OP
We're
because
not that
they
greedy
work
by nature,
good
and we'll do our best
underwater.
and
Except
live in a job.
bow and arrows don't work underwater.
Let me think.
How many times did I
I'm
stutter
sorry,
in that?
but I still can't take
That's
you
funny.
in.
You know what?
I don't have any
You
open
corrected
positions
yourself.
right
That was
now.
okay.
And don't have the Mora.
Let's
for anything more.
go!
How about this? Why don't you try your
Well, I'm
luck
gonna
somewhere
kill
else?
myself.
Okay,
He used to be a member of the Eremites?
Suicide. Yay.
With
nerd.
like no
The way he
damage
was
to me.
dressed,
Why
I would have thought
not?
he was a merchant from the rainforest.
Wow.
That's bullying.
Kinda need that, to be honest.
We meet again.
Oh damn, that was
Huh?
close to you.
why are you guys here?
That's what we wanted to
Oh,
ask
hello, Creeper.
you.
Die!
Why did you dress up like a merchant to talk to me about our project?
What the fuck was that?
There's no need for
Ow.
us to continue
Eugene,
this project if you still want
Eugene,
to keep
I'll witness
hiding things
that.
from us.
You twerked on the
Don't work with
villager.
individuals
I
that can't
was
trust.
eating.
Believe me,
You twerked
I
on the
didn't have
villager, bro.
any
I'm trying to
bad
eat and not die at the same time.
I
It's just-
spam crouch while I
All right,
eat. It's a
there's
natural
no point
habit.
hiding anything anymore.
Twerked on the
The
villager.
building I'm trying to commission
just-
you
The
for
villager
is not
just so
really a
happened to
personal
be
residence
there.
for me.
While I was eating,
Rather a
and I
library for
spam crouch while I
children
eat.
living
It's
in
a
the
natural
desert.
habit.
You
Library?
twerked.
Throwing your trident at
Funded
it.
entirely by yourself.
I
Shouldn't
missed
this
that.
be the responsibility of the academia? I've heard that the academia will be looking
Wait,
to
is this the base-
prioritize the desert with the allocation
Please
of
don't tell me
educational
it's not
resources and
It's not Arrow
materials.
base, good.
It sent over a large shipment of regular goods just last month.
Bro,
You're right. And I was aware
am I
of
really
these
gonna have to show you how to
happenings as
mine?
well. I
Why?
just figured
dude,
what
so
I
much.
want to do is a separate
Okay.
effort from what's already being done by the
A
academia.
bitch might die. 100%.
The desert is too vast. Even if the academia spends a lot of effort
Never
trying
mind.
to disseminate
She's
knowledge
goated.
in those parts,
I broke
it
it.
might still take decades, if not centuries, to reduce the
Oh,
educational
shit, I did
gap
die.
that already exists between the two
Dang.
regions.
I don't know about that.
And what's more,
That's
I
mine,
don't know
brother.
if the academia would ever reverse its stance in the future. All I
Oh,
know
That
is
is a
that
lot
as
of-
a
I'm
desert
just
dweller,
I'm just
we
gonna
should
help
not
you,
wait
Eugene.
passively for good things to happen to us.
I'm gonna
If
pick up
we
these
only
flowers though.
did that, we'd never be able to stand up and hold
Yeah,
our
help
heads high.
me!
I don't
Oh,
have much longer left on this world,
I was
So I
like
just want
falling
to
to my
use whatever
death.
time. I didn't want you to know that I
Where'd you
came
go?
from the
Okay.
desert. I've lived in the desert my entire life, and there wasn't
Oh,
anyone
what is
here
this?
that I could trust. I figured I needed as much safety as I could.
To the point that you
Ooh,
even
now I gotta cook
disguised
it.
your identity?
Mm,
That's certainly
You
taking
wait,
playing it
Jim. You
safe
wait,
to the next
Jim.
level. Hold on.
Oh, so
Don't tell me
horsey.
you've also been scammed before.
Kill it.
When I first
Not
came
what?
to Sumeru City,
It's
I
white.
brought a
It's
lot
cute.
of Mora, hoping
It's
to find an
white, that's the only
architect that I
reason.
could work with.
And the other one is white
Someone
and
agreed to take
gray.
on the project, and even took a sum of Mora
Oh, I
from
found a
me,
mine shaft
but then
too.
disappeared
No way,
without a
that's
trace.
Oh my God.
After that, I heard that there
Eugene,
are a
can I
lot
test?
of
Can I test
untrustworthy
this
people
potion
in
I
this
made on you?
business.
Oh
Some
my
I'm
will
fine.
lord.
run as soon as they've been
I think I'm
paid,
chill for now.
while others
Nah,
will
bro, come here.
deliberately use expensive
Nah.
materials
I
You
did
are-
to take
nothing.
out of the construction fund.
I
I
did
spent a while
nothing.
collecting
Why did
information
you
on the
leave?
city, and eventually learned
Combat
that
logs.
you're the most famous
Except he didn't
architect
hit me.
in all of
Come back.
Sumeru.
He's
I
gonna,
figured that you
shit's
wouldn't
right
need
edge.
to make Mora by scamming people.
he's gonna,
So I
Already
decided to
through it,
reach
it's
out
gone.
to
There
you.
we go.
By the way,
I
how
fixed
did
it.
you know I was
The
scammed?
imposter's back.
I
That's
don't
just
think
gone,
I've ever
bro.
mentioned that to anybody.
Just a hunch. A while
I'm not an
ago, I
imposter.
accepted an offer to work on a
100%.
project in the desert, and was
Oh,
also
and there's sheep out
scammed
here
out of a
too.
large
And a
sum of
cow?
Mora.
Cow.
It's
I ran
gone.
into
Look at my
someone who was
screen. It's
living in a
gone.
pretty
It's not
rundown
there anymore.
house.
And
I
it's
noticed a
gone.
load-bearing wall on the
Is he
verge
still
of
chasing me?
collapse, and suggested that I build a
Absolutely
new house
not.
for
Let's
him.
go.
He said that he had no way to pay for it, so I loaned him some of my own Mora.
I'm trying
and
to
told
eat
him to
it,
get some
Oh.
Test
stone
the
and
damage
timber
on
from
you.
local
Let me
vendors.
test the damage.
Soon after that,
I have a Hershey's
we
bar.
found
Chill
out
out,
that he
chill,
had gone
chill.
gambling with all the money and lost
I
everything.
didn't. Oh, I'm,
Down to the last
Oh.
coin.
yep, that is
Oh.
And
something.
after that,
Um,
he even borrowed Mora from me twice more,
here.
using a different excuse each time. I didn't even suspect him of any
You may be dead at
wrongdoing
the
until he
same time.
hired a group of mercenaries and tried to ambush me in
It
his own
does like
house.
four
According
hearts,
to
bro.
him, I looked like an
Damn.
easy target because I was an academia scholar who didn't have any family or friends in the desert.
Okay.
That's
What kind of
nice.
person would just look at someone else and think, this guy looks like an
I hear
easy
Minecraft
target?
music.
Those kinds of things do happen every once in a while, yes. Folks like him are the exact reason why us desert dwellers' reputation
Okay,
have gone down the
but-
drain.
Oh, wow.
It's you.
I must apologize to you on their behalf.
It's all right. You
Was
were
good, Eugene?
also scammed by
I
someone
was like
from
5
Kashalar
blocks
after
away
all.
from you.
I should apologize to you on their behalf. Ultimately, neither of our experiences had anything to do with the desert or the rainforest.
Yo, Eugene.
People who are new to an
Come
area
here.
are always easy targets for
Come here.
criminals.
Hold on.
Yeah, you'll find
here,
both
boy.
good and bad people everywhere. I
Boy,
can't
it's
understand the
crazy.
logic of those who like to take advantage of others, but I
I
have
mean,
to accept their
he
existence
knows.
as a
I mean,
fact
he
of
knows he
life.
can't do anything back.
Anyway, I digress.
Yeah, what am I gonna
Let's
do?
return to the topic at hand.
I don't know.
I don't
Did you
have
keep
mod.
rejecting
or
my
admin,
designs
or
because you
off,
thought I was
whatever,
deliberately
same
using
thing.
expensive materials to take a
Make
cut
your
as a
weapons,
middleman?
Eugene. Fuck him up.
That's what I was afraid of initially.
Mm.
Yes.
Get your look back.
I eventually understood that you weren't out to cheat me. But unfortunately, I
I'm mad
still
there's no
don't
zebras
have
out here.
nearly enough
Oh,
money
here.
to pay for the design you proposed. I've done the math and know that we should be able to
I'll
make
mind it
it
for you.
if we cut some corners. However, after our conversations, I can see that you're passionate about your design, and I'm quite fond of the proposal as well.
That's a lot.
So,
That's a lot.
I decided to try and see if I can afford your
That's a
proposal
lot.
as is.
Hold on.
By
When you're
Give me
afraid.
1
To
second.
be
Give me 1
honest,
second.
all I want is to build this life. A while ago, I know the desert life and
Where
can
does-
predict
trying to
what the
go?
problems will be. Many
Kidnap.
children from the desert have had neither the interest nor the proper
Oh, that
environment
horse was
to
brown and
learn.
white. That's cute.
So even if the academia would take them in, once they enter the halls, they might find themselves surrounded by other
No,
children
I'm not trying to
who
get the
look
chief
and
in there.
act very differently from them. And as a result, they might become socially
Oh,
isolated.
Eugene is planning something.
Yes, I can imagine that. My father passed away at an early age.
Oh my lord,
Even
you're
though I had
making
a good
it
number
hard.
of friends during my years at the academia.
Oh,
For some time, I still sensed many critical looks
what's
in
the
my direction.
probability that
I'm sure
Oh
children
my
coming all the way
gosh.
from the desert will
Could
have
get
an
this
even
thing.
harder time.
Chasing you, boy.
But let's bring
Oh,
this back
shit,
to
no!
the building itself.
way!
Oh
I think
wow.
you said
Oh
that you
my
want this building
gosh.
to be quiet and
Where
warm,
my shit go?
with its doors
Oh, that's right
serving
here.
as a solid barrier to block out the sound and fury outside. and allow one to focus on the book in their hands.
And oh no!
Building
What
it
the?
according
I
to the current
duplicated the
plan will be
water.
quite costly.
Damn.
Even if I don't charge you any commission fees, I don't think would be
Damn!
able to keep it
Oh
under
shit!
your budget.
You got an orphan chasing you now.
Any ideas on what we can do?
Okay, that's pretty funny.
I did nothing.
A slightly different style. Give me a minute. Most architects would probably prioritize cutting costs and removing extra features in this situation. Indeed, converting the building into a simple bungalow would solve most of our problems.
Bro, I'm not even at work.
While
How would
it's
I
true
know?
that the aesthetic value of a building is often viewed as an afterthought,
That's kind of gay.
neglecting it has some long-term
That's kinda gay,
negative
brother.
consequences. It is especially undesirable in this situation, as the library will serve a high number of children, many of whom would have never been exposed to structures that may be considered elegant or beautiful.
Oh, there it is.
To completely give up on the
Dang
more
it.
aesthetic design would mean stripping the children of an opportunity to appreciate the beauty of architecture. I share
gave me
Autumn's
slowness
sentiments in wanting to
infinity or
preserve a more
something?
complex design. However, if we can reduce the ornate aspects of the design while maintaining its fundamental elegance, which is to say we won't touch
Oh,
the
I did.
arches or
Take the
small
diamonds!
things, but make changes elsewhere. This is definitely a
No!
first.
Impressive.
To make up for the loss of regular details, we would need to put a lot
Take
of
'em.
extra effort into the layout, lines,
You know what?
and
I'll
color.
just do this.
I see. Would that really be okay?
Oh, that's kind of gay.
It just increases the difficulty of the design.
I know what you're gonna
You should
do.
feel lucky that out of
That's
all the
so
architects
gay.
in
He's
the
just
city,
gonna.
you chose to approach
What is
me.
that?
Entering
Most of the others would have
time.
given up on this project
Discover
by now.
every biome.
As for inspiration,
He's gonna give.
I
He's
think
gonna
I
like
might have something
slash
in mind,
give me a
but I'd
diamond
need to
instead
visit
of,
the
like,
site to
dropping
make
it.
sure. Where
Like
do you
a
want this
1000%
place to be
sure that's
built?
what he's gonna do.
Tell me the exact
He would.
location.
Good.
Aru Village.
But that sounds easier.
Although it wasn't my childhood home,
Yeah.
I think it'll be the best
Yay.
Dang.
site for such a building.
Yay.
Okay, then we can
Oh,
pay
I'm
a
gonna
visit
die.
to Aru Village.
Don't do
Is there something I can
I
do
like
for you?
twice.
Can I
I've
get?
already
Can I
caused
like
you a
not
lot of
have
trouble
slowness?
before.
Oh yeah, I
And
got
now
you.
You're
This
revising
FOV
the design
sucks.
again because of me.
Thank you.
Which draft are we
I
even
forgot about the
on
FOV
now?
change. That's sad.
It's making me feel terribly guilty.
I like dropped down
Let me
to this
think.
cave, like went
You said you used
500
to be an
blocks,
Eremite
and then
mercenary,
just like,
right?
Space is
In
this.
that case, you could help us clear out some monsters that are
I
blocking the way
forgot
to
that
Aru
changed
Village. We want to keep the roads
FOV.
clear and reduce the loss
Can I
of
like go
materials during
back to the
transport to a
surface?
minimum.
I'll
You
just
want-
build
Alright,
up.
What are you waiting for then?
You want to?
Let's
Not by dying, of course.
You want to?
Not by dying.
Oh shit! I should not be
That's
here.
insane, dude.
Died.
Ah. Where's? I don't know. I don't know where the stuff is though.
Are the bases?
Where I like had all my stuff.
Oh shit!
All
Oh,
my stuff.
Stop.
A pillager. Where were you?
Let's not talk about it. You guys didn't see anything. Anyways.
Most materials going from Caravan
Where are
Reba
you?
to
Did you
Aru
set your
Village would
spots
pass
in
through
there?
here. There are a lot of monsters
No, my
out here
phone is
today.
like the regular.
If you find it hard to keep
like,
up, just
when
let
you
us
first
know.
load in.
Oh, don't worry about me.
What?
Oh, that makes sense.
I'm like so much question marks here.
I'm going back over there too to beat their ass. But no.
Wait,
I'm
what?
supposed to
Okay.
fucking knowledge. What happened?
Oh yeah. Oh, I just
I don't hear what you said.
wait, bro. There's no point.
Don't get too close.
no point in what.
We're not taking the time.
Come at me.
That's kind of gay, brother.
What?
You were saying gay.
Sight clear.
I think it's awesome.
I'm fine. I've spent my entire life fighting these kinds of monsters in the desert.
Bro, it is not
after
this
all.
hard.
They won't get the best of me.
What?
Ready?
But
Ready?
it's one thing to fight
Ready?
against monsters,
Ready?
and another to fight against
It
an
is.
old injury. It's something
It doesn't
I picked
work
up
like
when I
that.
was young. There were many
It is not.
fights between mercenaries.
You have to
I don't think
manually
much of
break it.
few mercenaries
No,
get
no,
to
no, no,
Is there someone you
I'm
know
like
who can help?
1,000% sure you have to manually break it.
Unfortunately, no.
And
My
you're
wife
1000%
passed
is
away at
wrong.
an early age.
I would
But
be
I don't have any
flabbergasted if it was
children.
wrong.
Sometimes I'd close my eyes and
Prepare to be
realize
flabbergasted. I
most
don't
of
know.
my life
What?
story has already
That's a
been written.
question.
I have
Oh,
many
I found
regrets
another
about my
one.
And
past,
it's guaranteed that you always get
but
one
at
at
the same
least.
time, I also know
I need a bucket of water.
that there were never many options for me
Yup.
in the first place. I joined the
Flabbergasting, right?
Eremites when I was young and won
Exasperating.
many battles with them.
Ooh,
My
big
survival
words, big
was more a
words.
matter of luck
Bruh.
than actual ability. If at all
Luscious, bro.
possible, I want future
Ooh.
children of the desert to have some more options.
Big
And
words, big words.
my apologies.
Shut.
The older we get, the more
Am I
we...
close? Could have sworn it was over here.
I think it's really admirable of him to spend his whole life savings on people he's never met.
Mm,
Maybe he's doing this out of natural kindness.
Should have gone over
Kindness
here.
that hasn't been
Fuck it.
eroded away by the struggles of his life.
actually,
Perhaps.
Ow.
To clarify, though, I don't think I'm quite the same. Some people
know
call
what?
me an
let's
idealist.
just go for it.
I do have some sentiments of that
Go
general
for it,
persuasion,
Eugene.
such as
Yeah,
wanting
that's
everyone to
exactly
be able
what
to
I'm
lead a
doing.
Oh
happy
shit, I
life.
almost died.
But my situation is more complex than that.
Alright.
In the beginning, what drove
I
me
said
to
a
harbor
pouch,
those thoughts was
blah, blah,
less
blah, blah,
idealism
blah, blah, blah,
and more a desire to make up for a sense of guilt. When I was young,
pouch.
I impulsively encouraged my father to take part in the first Inter-Darshan Championship, hosted by the Academia. He set off confidently hoping to win
What?
something
Oh, I'm
for
fine.
me, but failed to clinch
What
the
the
title.
heck? Are you like
What's more,
eliminating every
he
cow
fell
I
into
see?
depression after the
Because
competition
I switched to my
and
inventory
requested
for
to
a
join an
second, and
investigative
now they're
research
just
project
gone.
in the desert. I never saw
And
him
it's
again.
It's insane.
Word has it that he got caught in quicksand. Even if other factors may have contributed to his
You know what?
death,
I'm just gonna ask right here.
the fundamental cause still circles back to me. I started doing many things in life because I wanted to make amends. Even in cases where I couldn't do something for a specific person, I still
Why
did
is it
whatever I
still
could.
raining? It's so
I
confusing.
think I just wanted
I'm
to make
gonna...
myself feel a
Bro, who
little
the fuck was
better.
that?
Who's that man?
Yo, Avno.
Yeah?
That's
At
not
this
fucking
point,
Avno.
even
Get
I
the
don't
fuck
know.
out of here. You're not
Hard
Avno.
self-reflection, but
Bitch
it
on.
didn't help.
What?
I can't seem to walk
That
away
is
from
what I'm
many
talking
things that I
about.
see or
That
hear
is
about,
not Avno.
even if they
It's
don't
Why the
directly
hell is his
concern
voice
me.
deeper?
It's what
It's
I
my phone.
say.
Pinpoint the source
That is not Avno,
Maybe
bro.
it's just
Get
as
out
my
of
simple
here.
as
phone.
I
Vahumana
said
scholars
Get
often
out.
say.
Bro,
It's
it's
hard
my
for
Skedaddle.
people to truly understand
on my phone.
themselves.
It's a voice
I could
changer.
be
Go on
doing
your
things out of
Go
endless
on your
guilt,
tippy toes and
or I
skedaddle.
could be doing
Let
them
me
out of a
see.
strong sense of
Skedaddle is
empathy.
great.
It could even just be a matter of conceit.
Skedaddle on your tippy toes,
The
alright?
potential motivations
Go!
could number in the dozens.
Why the
saying
tippy
that,
toes
The
yeah.
actions they
specifically?
result in are the same. Anyway,
Because you already
I
know.
suppose
That's
I
not
don't really
Avno.
mind being called an idealist.
Yes, it is.
They also
said
use
that,
that
see?
term to describe my father.
That's
I'm
not
Avno.
Avno.
It
I knew
seemed to
you for
carry
5
fewer
whole years. That's
connotations
not
back when he
Avno.
was around. I've known all
Okay,
Haytham for many
Phoenix.
years now,
I've known him
and
for like 2
discussed my
days.
ideology with him for nearly
I've
as long.
known him when
That's
I
a
know
pretty.
him.
That's a pretty
Maybe
big flex.
argued is a better word for it.
Right?
I
He
understood.
told
I
me
do
a
have the
long
Google
time ago
stuff.
that no matter how
I
strong
did
of a
hear
swimmer you may
the
be,
puberty at a young
you'll
age.
still get dragged
What is
under by
going
the
on? I
others
feel
who
like
are
they're talking
drowning
at
once you
things.
run out of stamina. He believes this
I
is the
feel
fate
like
that awaits
I'm
all
too
idealists.
I don't
I
like
still
it
believe
here.
I
I'm
should
popping the
live by
kiwis
my
right now.
ideals, and I've given
Oh,
him
I miss
countless reasons
Kiwi.
why I think it's a
Oh,
good
I was gonna
idea to
invite
do
him, but I
so.
think he's gonna join.
Perhaps my ideals are flawed,
Oh
but
shit.
are there really any perfect things in this
Okay,
world?
I took 2 hearts.
Unfortunately,
We're good,
he remains,
You're
as you can
good. You got
see,
2 hearts.
and when I finally run out, someone
Eugene,
will...
you're worried about the raw things. You gotta think positive.
Oh, please. Either way,
If you
I'm
say
feeling
so.
much better than when
I
you
ain't
first
gonna-
found me
I
at the
ain't gonna
tavern.
Think positive.
I
Think
can
positive.
feel
I can do this.
inspiration
If
already
I
welling
fall,
up
I
inside of me.
swear I'm gonna
Maybe
lose my
this
fucking
will be
mind.
just the All right, let's...
Also, why are no mobs spawning? The one time I need mobs to spawn.
And there's a freaking Enderman. Oh my lord.
How are you seeing mobs?
Oh.
It's like a clear radius.
I'm dead. I'm in this fucking lava.
Oh no,
Jesus Christ.
that's so depressing.
Trying to be near lava. I couldn't jump in. Lord, I hate it here.
Don't get too close.
I love that.
I hearing a power drill?
Maybe.
Maybe. That sounds definitive.
Oh my!
Oh shit! What the hell is going on? Hold on.
Why are people attacking me?
Everyone just want to grab her. It's
Oh,
insane.
bro! Oh, I found the pillager's village again. Fuck y'all whores.
No way.
I did. There's like 3 spiders on me, a freaking, I don't even know what else this other thing is, and then there's a creeper. There's so much going on right now.
Oh, this cave is huge. I'm about to go like chug a chug chug chug.
Oh yeah, Phoenix, you got me a stream copyrighted.
Oh
the
no!
Oh my god. Oh my lord.
You think they see me?
Now that we're here, it's my partner's time to shine.
Alright.
My toolbox.
Phoenix, you know
I
the
built
time.
it using an ancient mechanical core.
Dang,
Yes.
Phoenix.
It's not too
You never
smart,
told
but
me
it's
your
super
mother was
useful and
such.
can help me with a variety of
Hey.
tasks. I'll take
Hot
Marak and find a
stuff?
suitable
That's funny.
location for the building. Once that is done, I'll get to work on a few designs.
Traveler?
Do they see me? Oh,
Ah,
Enderman!
you know
Oh
each
Lord
other?
Jesus Christ!
Hello. I suppose you must be Kavik.
Educational assistance programs.
I'm using lunar planet, I can zoom. Yay,
Then
hooray.
you must be familiar
I'm
with the
gonna
local
die from the
conditions
side.
here.
I can't say I'm
Ooh.
too
Just risk
familiar, Chet.
I've
Oh,
been commissioned by
I would've
Mr.
died.
Badawi to build a library in the desert.
Poor
A
guy.
library.
That's right. I want to
No,
make sure
fuck
the
y'all.
children.
That's fantastic. I'm sure the children will be thrilled.
Let me get straight to my questions then.
Um,
Can you
what's it
estimate
gonna
the
do?
number
Why
of children
so
around here
fucking
who'd be
many?
interested in reading? Besides the usual noise of village
Ow.
pedestrians, are there any other sources of noise in the village? Oh,
I need a
and
better
have any
one.
landslides occurred here recently? And also, where are the spots around the village that
Wow,
have been
this
most
cave
affected by wind
sucks.
and erosion?
What a drill!
All
Yeah,
right,
I'm hearing a
Badawi,
power drill.
let's go over the budget again.
First
we'll
thought it
keep
was
the
like
building
a,
structure the same,
like a
but
blender.
make the place a little bigger,
A
so
blender.
it'll
Oh,
be
like
able to
a
hold more
vacuum or
people
something, I don't know.
and get better natural light. The parts of the project that cost the most will
Yeah,
be
I
the
can-
insulation
I
and
can see that
ventilation
being bad.
materials. I want to make significant our final cost. Marak has produced a sketch for all of you to see. The inspiration just
How
must
did you
give
find a
credit, though.
mine shaft?
According
That's
to the
my
traditions
question.
of my profession,
Another
in the
one, too.
meantime,
That's insane.
I just go in one direction, but I died a couple times, so I'm gonna change my direction a lot. But I found the pillagers, but I didn't get to them. Found them though.
The other
What are we
world was
doing?
like, the other world was really good. I found like 30 diamonds.
Phoenix, what are you doing right now?
Most-
This.
It's like attaching toilet paper to his power drill or something.
God.
Huh? What did he say?
Oh, Phoenix. They said
Yo.
you got him copyrighted. Stream copyrighted? Something like
That's
that.
kind of
Something.
Yeah.
kind of rude, bro.
Oh yeah, stream copyrighted.
Yeah,
we meet
Phoenix.
again.
You got me a stream
Why are
copyrighted
you guys
yesterday.
here?
That's what we
Yeah, you
wanted
did.
to ask you.
That
are you?
weather song.
Why did you dress up like a
Yeah.
merchant to talk
No
to me about
sweater
our
weather.
project?
Yeah, sweet weather. Got stream copyrighted from Russia.
There's no need for us to continue this
That's fair,
project
From
if you still want
Russia.
to keep hiding
People
things
in
from
Yeah.
us.
Russia watching
I
your
don't work with
streams.
Yeah,
individuals I
it's
can't
blocked
trust.
in Russia.
Believe me, I didn't
Oh.
have any bad
What the fuck I just
intentions.
said?
It's just
What? Water weather is blocked in Russia?
all right.
I
There's no
guess.
point hiding anything anymore.
Copyright.
The building I'm
Wait, you
trying to
said Phoenix
commission
sung
you
a song?
for is not really a personal residence for me.
Yeah, I'm using my headphones
Rather
How
a
can
here.
you
library for
copyrighted
children
when
living in
you
the
when you
desert.
don't even have that many songs or that many
A
subscribers?
library? Funded entirely by
I can
yourself.
still get copyright.
Shouldn't this
Me
be the
personally would not
responsibility
take
of
that,
the
but that's
academia?
just me.
I've heard that the academia will be looking to prioritize the desert
I
with the
just came from
allocation of
insurrection.
educational
Um,
resources
But
and
how come I
materials.
never got
I
copyrighted when I
sent
played
over a
that
large
song?
shipment
That's
of
my
regular goods just last month.
How the fuck do I? I don't know
Probably
how to use this.
because
And I
You don't
was
stream it.
aware of these happenings
I do
as
stream a
well.
lot.
I just figured
Ah,
do you put the
what
song
I
on
want to
though?
do is a separate
Yes.
effort from what's already being
Then you
done
do
by
have
the
copyright.
academia. The desert is too vast.
I would
Even if
have
the
gotten
academia
a warning
spends a lot of
already.
effort trying to disseminate knowledge in those
Hey,
parts,
I just
it
met
might still
you,
take decades,
and this
if
is
not
crazy.
centuries, to
So
reduce
here's
the
my number.
educational gap that
So
already
call me
exists
maybe.
between the two
Hey,
regions.
What's that song called?
And what's more,
at you,
I don't know if the
baby.
academia would ever reverse its
That's
stance in
on.
the
Is
future.
it Call Me Maybe?
All I know is
It's
that
something like
as
that. I
a
don't know.
desert dweller, we should not
100%
wait
is Call Me Maybe.
passively for good
My friend
things to
sings that
happen to us.
a lot.
If we only did
It's
that,
so
we'd
annoying,
never
but it's
be able
stuck
to
in my
stand
head.
up and hold our heads high.
Oh, okay.
I don't have
I
much
thought so,
longer
guy.
left on this world. So I didn't want you to know to the point
This
that
helmet is
when
203,
I
bro.
first
I'm like
someone
gonna take it
agreed
off.
after
It's
that
like
I spent a
God
while
tier.
by the way.
Just a hunt. I ran into someone who was.
How do I
he
pick
said
up
that he had,
advancements?
after
Like, I
that,
don't know what I
according
pressed,
to him.
Those
but it's
kinds
like
of
stuff on the
Press
screen.
K
It's
or
all right.
L.
Ultimately, neither of our experience.
Oh, L.
You'll.
Thank you.
Anyway,
That's what I've done the math, so
I was like, what just
Bye.
happened?
to be honest, all I want is to build this life a while ago. I know that, so even if
My father, I'm sure a child, but let's building it a. Sponsor the.
Oh, here's the
What do you
village.
think?
I was looking
It's all fine.
for
Well,
the
you're right.
ruined
Her?
portal thing.
Hard pass.
It's supposed
With
to be
her
peaceful
shrewd
in the
and
morning.
greedy
What the fuck?
personality, she would never put Mora into
I
something
mean,
like this.
what the freak, guys?
What the
Let's go and
freak?
pay.
Oh, fiddlesticks.
Oh, sugar rush. What just happened? What?
I think it's a little too late for censoring.
No, it's not. Don't just no.
Okay. Who's this guy? This is the player, right?
No, shoot.
Dang, that's a powerful power throw. It's really a pussy. Alright, I am planning. Shut the front door. That's something I haven't played in a while. Hey, what's he say? Someone tried
Eugene, what are you doing right now? I mean, Eugene, Phoenix, what are you doing right now?
Seriously.
Thought it must be that time of month again.
Oh, I can make
Sadly
cookies.
for
Let's
me,
go.
I must wait a few more days before I can
Dang,
my
you're like.
Hey, can't you think of
Dang.
something else for a change? You are
Dang.
literally living in an objet d'art, and yet your mind is still fixated on nothing but Mora?
Goodness.
What is the point of wealth, anyway? Is your happiness entirely dependent on your hoard of cold, emotionless Mora?
That's exactly right. Mora is extremely valuable.
Oh, a bee. I got flowers.
Dude, you're like finding all the good stuff. I'm finding nothing but Savannah villages.
That's tough.
Give me some time and I'll fill it to the brim.
I'm just like messing with the animals. Then he got pollen on his
You're
booty.
hopeless.
Pollen butt.
Oh,
Pollen butt.
you have an
That
actual
did not
reason to
sound
visit
it.
merchants.
Pollen butt.
Why? Is there
I got more
some kind of
flowers. Here.
business opportunity?
I'm just her. I'm one with the animals.
Oh, I see.
I knew you wouldn't be interested in something like this. Still, you wouldn't refuse just making some introductions for us, would you?
I do need a shield.
Connect you with some
I do
folks.
not need this
With
dirt.
every
Bye.
service comes a fee, you know.
Fee? You mean just for introductions?
Of course. Making introductions means using my
I'm just gonna dump every
connections and
single
putting
thing,
my reputation
every
on
single
the
useless
line.
thing out.
Why wouldn't I charge a fee
Like,
for
am I
something
really
so
gonna
important?
use amethyst shards?
Since we've known each other for
Maybe.
so long, though,
Um,
I'll give you a huge returning
All of
gift.
them.
Oh my gosh, I forgot Phoenix gave me 64
500,000?
I'm trying to find a bird, but I have like
guess
21
that's
seeds,
okay.
and I'm trying to kidnap.
But
I'm not
why are you
kidnapped. I'm
charging a
befriend
fee
them.
before we've even secured any funding?
a
It just
jungle.
doesn't
I'm
seem right.
pretty sure.
Besides,
I'm not
by
even
helping
by
us
a
out,
jungle,
you'd be
that's the
doing a
funny
great
thing.
service to the public.
Oh,
Can't you
have
take
fun.
your mind off your Mora
I'm
even
trying
for just
to
1 second and focus on something far
achieve
more
great
important?
wonders here.
Very well. Since you're so
I've yet to
passionate
find a
about this
freaking blossom
project,
tree
three
as
of my
well.
business partners came
What?
together.
Where are you?
Right here.
You found a cherry blossom? That's insane. What the heck?
No. I said I've yet to find one.
Oh, my lord. I was about to
Dory
say.
gave us a
What?
brief introduction about the two of
You're finding
Frank.
all the
All right,
crazy
here-
good
So
stuff. You
it's
found a
I just
bee.
rolled
Public
around.
welfare
Literally, I'm just
project.
always wait.
Correct.
My God.
Then the commission
Alright.
fees
I
will
have
likely
no
be
survival
very low.
instincts in my
I'm
body,
not
not
too
one.
concerned about how much I'll get for the
I
commission
forgot what
fees,
this
actually.
advancement is called.
I'm fine with doing it for
don't
free.
tell me.
I just want to get this project rolling
It's
as soon as
something.
possible. We're just a little short on funding.
Yeah, it's ice
I
challenge.
fucking
So
challenge.
I forgot.
You can't possibly expect that we just cover the shortfall for you.
UHM.
Besides, what does a library in the
serious.
desert have to do
I
with
gotta be
us?
jumped by chickens.
If you
Oh,
want to build it yourself with your own Mora. Seems
I'm
simple
still
enough
trapped.
to me.
Leave me alone.
Hey, there's no need to be so hard.
Are you on seeds? Is that the problem?
So we'd mostly be doing it for reputation.
Oh
and
God, I did not
exposure?
mean.
There is some value to that. It could make doing business in the desert a bit easier.
Well, just speaking for myself, I've got nothing in the desert.
I also have a concern. It feels like there's not much to profit from in the short term. But in the long term, the reputation gain also doesn't sound like it'd offset the cost of the sponsorship.
Then how about this? What if, instead of building a single library, we commit to an entire complex of buildings dedicated to culture and education?
Wouldn't that just cost more?
Yes.
Ooh.
But in that case...
You almost caught me there.
Mr. Cave, please tell us what you have in mind.
I'll just give an example. If we were to build a library and a school near Aru Village, then the desert dwellers would gradually begin to migrate towards the area. A whole suite of buildings will be able to host more traffic, and thus drive the economic development of the entire area. In turn, that would lead to direct business
Who is
opportunities.
cutting onions?
I've been to the desert several times. Although there are still many lingering tensions between the two regions, the amount of interaction has been steadily increasing, and in the long term,
Hooray, I did
the
it.
desert will only become more and more important to Sumeru.
Not that amused.
You do have a point.
Oh, wait.
Education in the desert is indeed an industry that has not been tapped into. If we can be the
Hard
first to
so
place...
And you just...
Even the green...
Let me just do something real fast.
Wait, something just occurred to me. If we're going to build a library in the desert, Aru Village would obviously be the best place for it. But it seems we're not the only ones with our eyes on the village. I heard a rumor a while back saying
My
a lot
lord,
of
I
land
almost
and
fell.
buildings in Aru Village have already been secretly purchased by a big name merchant.
What?
What?
In other words, if we try to join the fray now, there won't be much left for us. If we want to build a suite of buildings focused on education and culture, Aru Village is the prime location. If we want to build it anywhere else, we'll have to deal with a far larger list of problems.
Okay, I was...
It's not impossible, I suppose, but...
Then there's no hurry. We can wait for Aru Village to develop more first and get into the market for expansion to other areas.
But if you were to do that...
Is there nothing else to discuss? Great timing! I've pretty much heard all I want to hear. If there are no other urgent matters, I'll be on my way.
I'll be off as well. If you have any new ideas, please feel
I
free to
feel
reach out.
like I don't bring enough.
It
when I
seems like
go
the
to
others are not interested in
be
funding this,
necessary,
so no
I'm
point
just,
in
like,
me doing this on my
overpacked,
own.
so-
Let's revisit this another time.
Watch your tone.
Guys, wait!
Huh?
Yeah, that is foul
Well,
language,
what
man.
can I
Mr.
say?
Potty
This
mouth.
is
I
PG.
guess it went somewhat as
We need to go
expected.
deeper as crazy.
They are Dory's friends, after all.
That's what she
As soon as
said.
they heard that there's not much more in this for them,
Huh?
they lost all
That is
interest.
not appropriate.
Dang it.
Oh, that's what you said.
No, all I said was
Hi.
that was crazy.
Oh, I thought you said that. That's what she said.
No, I
Yeah,
said that's
it's
crazy.
just another day doing business with people.
Oh, the
I'll never
echo.
get used to that. Those people never
Oh
think
God,
of
no! Oh
anyone
no!
other
Oh
than
no!
themselves.
No!
Looks
Oh
like
no!
we'll have to
I
figure
came
out
here
some other
unprepared.
way to get the funding. Let's go.
I went all the way to the into the cave, and I was like, oh shit!
How did the
Oh
meeting
shoot!
go? I want to talk about.
No, I went to the. Ah, Katie dear. No, I No more?
Heal dash.
Okay.
No.
Yo.
I'm sorry about the copyright.
Yeah.
That was an accident. Plus, I didn't even know that would copyright you.
Really did spend a lot recently. Only
Then
10
why'd you
more
play it?
left. Still, 10 more is better than no more.
I played it because I liked the song.
Just wish
Blame
that some
me.
people would actually do their jobs.
Yeah.
Oh, where did all that passion go?
Please don't tell me that you're here to mock us.
Oh, I completely forgot you were streaming.
Try to talk about.
But this isn't just a business. Also, if you are...
You might want to remember who your creditor is before you start talking
Yo,
like
I'm
that,
not.
Ave.
I'll pay
Yeah.
back every last
good, though?
coin that I still owe
Yeah.
you. But that's a completely different matter.
All right,
There's
since
a
you're
Minecraft
so
stream.
devastated about this,
Huh?
I'll set you up for
There's a
dinner with
Minecraft
another
stream.
big name merchant. In fact, I'll be inviting the most
Wait,
famous
it was a
merchant
Minecraft
in all of
stream?
Sumeru, so I'll be counting on your performance.
What? Really?
It's
I would like to sincerely apologize for my attitude just now. So, where would we be meeting this merchant?
Follow me. Oh, I suppose both of you can come.
I put it over it.
Yeah.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
No. Porque te lo lavas también con jabón.
Just wish that some
Who said that?
people would actually do their jobs.
I know that. Because I did.
Y Nicole tan igualito.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Are you able to play Minecraft later?
Sure. I'm just gonna finish this story quest. Then just more
You said you're
things.
going to introduce us to the most famous merchant in Sumeru. Well, where are they?
You still don't get it, huh? The most famous.
I didn't even know
merchant
that was
in
possible for
Sumeru.
128 subscribers.
Yeah.
Huh? So you met yourself all along? Then why did you bring us here?
Well, I've given it some thought, and that complex of education and culture buildings that you mentioned does hold some promise.
No.
It'll be a pretty big Mora sink, and I'll have to fund it all on my own. But that's not really a problem for me.
Seriously? Where's this generosity coming from so suddenly? Are you trying to scam me again?
The reasons are not important. What's important is that I'm willing to help you.
Good.
However, you know just as well as me that once this project actually breaks ground, it'll start sucking Mora from my pockets like crazy. So, to cut costs...
I get it. I won't charge any
I'll
commission
check those for you.
fees,
Let's see if I can get
and
it.
I'll take responsibility for the entire project.
Splendid! Then let's sign the contract right away.
This way, the
If you
children
want,
of the
you could
desert
join
will have
the
some books to
CCL
read.
routine
Their lives
after
should
seeing
improve a
the
bit
podcast.
after this.
Yo. This is me.
Of course, there are a few things better than using my knowledge to help other people change their fates. I must thank you as well, Dory. I used to say you only cared about Mora, which might have been some prejudice on my part. Sorry for that. I will also try to pay back my debts as soon as possible. Now, let's have a quick discussion. Where would you want the library to be built? That will be the most important building.
There's no rush. I'll provide you
Talking
with a
through
copy
through
to
the
read when
phone.
you get back.
Yes.
You can just use the address on the
How come you're
document
talking
to
through
find
the
the
phone?
light.
Huh?
Huh?
The deed?
How come you're talking through the phone?
So hold on a
Sound
sec.
better.
The person who has been buying up everything around
No, you
Aru
do
Village
not.
was you all along?
Oh my, did I not tell you about that? Yep, yours truly has been buying up all the land. I must thank you for bringing your ideas to me. Before our conversation, I had no idea what to build. So, from my perspective...
But what about my commit?
Huh? Didn't you waive those yourself? I was just gonna say that to cut costs. We mustn't procrastinate and should start construction as soon as possible. But before I could finish my sentence, you volunteered to waive your commission fees and even promised to take responsibility for the whole project from start to finish. I'm so touched, really.
It's obvious that you used every trick in the book to deceive me. You deliberately paused for a long time while talking about the project and kept glancing at me with that menacing look in your eyes.
Huh? You really think so? Well, the contract's already been signed, so there's no point in dwelling on the details. You know what? I'll pay for tonight's dinner.
Fine, I'll drop the argument on the commission fees. But since you said you're paying for dinner, I'm going to order the best dishes and booze this place has to offer, and lots of it. Tonight, we're feasting until I've recouped my full commission fees.
Come on, enough procrastinating. Let's go. Let's dance. Sword from shadow. Speed of light.
Dodge this! What's that?
Power that ended Python! Let the show begin. Nowhere to hide.
Can you write this one? Oh, and so they quite literally show Chris Bumps and maybe 8-10 pounds of body fat. Ooh, weird. Ooh, it's so much. Now it's a 10. Oh no, it's still only a 7. It's a 2. I don't like that. Really? What is wrong with you? This is the dad bod? Have you seen what those dads actually look like in the real world? What those men literally look like? So when you say you want a dad bod, what you're saying 6'1", 250 plus pounds of muscle, just make sure you go to gym 2 hours a day, take performance enhancing drugs, and get dad bod. Can you write this one? Oh, so they literally show Chris Bumps. Is that your fault?
Take your true form! An assassin from our homeland, or a fool who trespasses upon the waters of Chores, coveting the shapes of the living. Pure water can take on many forms. In this way, shall water deliver your punishment.
Submit for judgment.
Unleash!
Swift and merciful.
The power of water is its
It's
ability,
its
to
ability
take
to
any
take
shape.
any shape.
From whence you came.
Manifest! Without solid ground, terrestrial creatures become simply helpless. The power of water is its ability to take any shape.
Submit for judgment.
Obey!
Cut to the chase. Don't blink.
One with my blade.
One who is ignorant of water's treasures fails also to comprehend its horrors.
A touch of frost. Does this? Frostbite. Spirit blade. Attack.
Unleash! Let's see what happens when you lose your foothold. The power of water is its ability to take any shape.
Income.
One with my blade. From whence you came.
Obey! We seek but a small haven of tranquil waters. Is that so much to ask for? As long as rain falls and
Rivers flow.
forever.
Just needs to heal up.
protect us.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Incoming! Cut to the chase! Just like, hey!
Freeze!
Power that ended fight!
Let the show begin.
Those.
If you ever want to trade tactics, I'm always ready.
Alright.
Let's dance.
What's the hurry?
Cold beer after a hard day's work. Nothing like it.
What's the hurry?
Missed.
Eyes on me!
Let the show begin. Hi, ha, 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 hi, ha, ha, hi, ha, 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 hi, ha.
Freeze! Don't get frostbite.
To the chase. Power that ended hot.
Such a slacker.
La da 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 da.
I just wish that some people would actually do their jobs.
Fuck.
Check this out.
I miss.
I'm out of here.
Don't get too close.
Alright.
This commission was truly the worst decision ever. Oh, hey. I wasn't expecting to run into you here. Actually, while we're on that, what are you doing here? So you saw all that, did you? Anyway, stress is just an inescapable part of being a working adult. Boss, I'll have a glass of wine. Same as last time. Do you want something too? I'll put it on my tab.
Wine and a glass of juice coming right up.
I know you're already keeping a secret from me, but if you could add this one to the list as well, I'd really appreciate it. Arguing with a client is not a good look for me. If word gets out, other potential clients might be afraid to work with me. That guy, though, what was he even going on about? All those ridiculous demands of his? He's just a blabbering fool trying to act like a know-it-all. Another glass, please, boss. I'm not leaving today till someone has to carry me out.
You've got it, sir. I gotta say, though, it almost feels like you're saying that every other day now.
It really is every other day that you'd run into a client who knows nothing about construction requirements or architectural style. If this was in the past, I'd never have gone through 6 whole drafts trying to accommodate the client's preferences. But perhaps getting used to this just means that I've grown numb to it. I've worked on so many projects since graduation, and none of them have been approved at the first pass. I would spend a lot of time altering my designs, and by the time the clients were finally satisfied, all my passion and enthusiasm would be gone. It feels like I'm straying further and further from my artistic vision with every change I have to make. I suppose, though, that just sticking to your guns and completely disregarding other people's feedback would also not be a good thing. All of this makes for a real paradox, one that particularly crops up in my work, too. In the end, what is the true meaning of art? Should I see it as a divine gift of inspiration from the gods, or an expression of the light of my own wisdom?
Here's your drink. How are you already spouting nonsense after just one glass? Your tolerance is usually much better than that.
Boss, what do you think is the meaning of art?
The meaning of art? Really, my friend, who in Sumeru understands art better than you? Anyway, I don't know about art, but I do know that I'm interested in business, and some patrons are waiting to be served. So, you'll have to excuse me for now. Just holler if you need anything.
What do you think, traveler? Exactly. So our thoughts on the meaning of art are rather similar. In Sumeru, and especially Sumeru of the past, the arts are not a popular discussion topic. Trying to talk about the arts is basically the key to killing any conversation. It's too bad that I'm not in my best form today. Otherwise, we could have talked about this for a little longer. Sounds great to me. I don't even want to think about this project anymore. But what should we do? It's probably not a good idea to just drink until I pass out here. A different career. I see. That's not a bad idea. I think I've heard a saying somewhere before. 80% of a working adult's woes are due to not having enough mora in the bank. It's just a saying, of course, but even I will admit that my life would be a lot better if I could make additional mora. And if I want to make mora, I should finish that ridiculous commission. But I really can't find it in me to go back and talk to him right now. Hold on. I just remembered that I used to have a senior classmate by the name of Alkami. If memory serves me right, he's no longer taking private commissions, but he's still doing pretty well for himself. Maybe I'll be able to get some advice from him. Yeah, I should get on this right away. No more wine for me today. I'll grab the bill and be on my way.
Kaveh, it's you! It's been a while. What have you been up to recently?
Yeah, it's been a long time, Alkami. Things haven't changed much for me. I'm still taking private commissions for all kinds of projects.
I heard that you were the genius behind the Palace of Alcazazare. I bet you're all set for Mora after a project of that size.
Well, it's hard to make a profit from every project, you know?
Hard to make a profit? You've got to be joking. I've never met an architect who didn't make a profit from a project. Unless the client fled before they paid the commission fee in full. But that doesn't sound right either. Doesn't Dory have a pretty decent reputation in our local business circles? I don't think she's ever been involved in any kind of big scandal.
Well, about that. I mean, it was complicated.
I understand. Either way, doing one project after another sure gets exhausting over the years, huh? I've been there, so I can feel your pain. I mean, I obviously never had your reputation to live up to. That must have been stressful. But I'm sure we've faced all the same problems. Trying to keep your clients in a good mood while you're trying to stop them from micromanaging things they don't know the first thing about. Not exactly. My work is still closely related to architecture. Judging from the look on your face, you're still strapped for Mora. That's quite unfortunate. You're the most artistically gifted graduate the Kasharawar Darshan has seen in decades. But it looks like you still have a lot to learn in terms of making Mora. With that said, us Kasharawar grads should still look out for each other. What if I told you about an idea that'll absolve you of all your Mora troubles going forward?
Are you serious? But something like that has got to be some kind of top-level business secret. Are you sure you can just share something like that with me? Besides, I don't want to just take something like that without offering anything in return. I still have a little Mora. Or is there something that I can help you with?
Oh, you're too kind. This is just a simple tip. Even if I didn't bring it up, I'm sure you'd hear it from the others sooner or later. The idea is this. I recently opened up a training center with the goal of educating people in architecture design. Compared to the classes taught by those old fossils at the academia, my classes are more condensed and streamlined and will allow people to quickly get their foot in the door. Unlike the academia, I won't turn down anyone who's interested, rich or poor. As long as someone wishes to learn more about architecture, I'll accept them into my training center. It just so happens that I'm still looking for a few more instructors. So, what do you say? Interested in coming over to give a few lectures? Regardless of the pay, I can already guarantee that it'll be far more comfortable than working on random people's private commissions.
Ah, so you want me to join you as an instructor? That does sound like something I'd be able to do. Sounds like a pretty stable job, too. What do you think, Traveler?
Then it's a deal.
Yes, it's a deal. Thank you, Alkami.
Oh, like I said, there's no need to thank me for this. The lecture room is not far from here, so you can just come. As for the pay, how about we start at 300,000 more per lecture?
300,000? Are you serious? How could you offer so much?
It would seem that you're still oblivious to your own economic worth. 300,000 is nothing compared to the prestige of having the light of Kasharawar as one of mine. 300,000 is also just the base rate. Just trust me on this. The longer you stick with me, the more you'll come to understand your true value in the market. I have to go make some preparations now. See you tomorrow.
I was never particularly close with Alkami when we were in school. Who would have thought that he'd be so nice and friendly? I've hosted free lectures before, but this would be my first time being hired to lecture for a formal business. 300,000 Mora per lecture. Whew! I'm so excited that I'm starting to get nervous. Thanks so much. I think I will be able to relax a bit more with a friend in the audience. Now, what should I talk about tomorrow? Alright, let's meet here again tomorrow morning. I should hurry home and create some kind of lesson plan. If I'm going to become an instructor, I should make sure I show up prepared.
Oh, I didn't expect you two to get here so early.
I was up last
How
night
has your
preparing for
dad
the
watched
lecture,
Dragon Ball Z
but I
just,
ended
like,
up getting
7
so
times?
excited that I couldn't fall asleep. Here, I've prepared a lesson plan. Do you want to take a look?
That was for when he was younger.
Ah, I must commend you for your dedication. But the training center
you still playing
has
Genshin
already developed
Impact?
its own set
Yes.
of teaching materials.
When
Instead of using your
are
own
you gonna
plan,
stop
you
playing
can
it?
just use what we have here. Of
Yes.
course, you're always welcome to work in some of your own content to add some fun.
When are you gonna
flavor.
stop playing?
Yes.
Bro, what?
Sure.
Yes.
Be my guest. It's almost time for the lecture to start. Feel free to head in and start the class whenever you're ready.
Huh. So you've already developed your own set of teaching materials. There's something else I...
Ah, no need to. There are 20
people.
Oh, and I'm sorry to say this, but your friend...
Sorry.
The local company Devilish have a unique way of cooking the peanuts, the mustard stick, and a powder and a seashell.
Hey there. Can I help you?
Locals of all ages.
Oh, well, Kami? You mean that rich guy who's been making quite the name for himself? Yeah, he commissioned a set of furniture from me a while back. Paid a great deal of mora for it, too. I heard he earned a fortune working as a renowned architect. Now he's opened a training center so others can follow in his footsteps. If the tuition wasn't sky high, I'd enroll my child in a heartbeat.
Did you hear? Alkami recruited Kaveh to be an instructor.
I bet that'll boost his enrollment numbers.
Really makes you jealous, eh? If you think about it, Alkami was never that talented himself as an architect. If we're just talking about professional skill, no one would pay for a class with him.
That's true, but you gotta admit, his advertisements are really effective. After all, the academia only admits those that can pass its entrance exam, so only a few people can go to study architecture in the halls of the Kashar. For those who can't pass the exam, or who just want to jump straight into the industry, the training center is the best bang for the buck.
Man, to have that kind of business acumen.
All right, everyone. There's no need to be nervous. Class is over, so we can just chat for a bit. I shouldn't have lost my temper during the lecture. Did I scare anybody?
No, you weren't scary at all, Mr. Kaveh. We were just a bit...
Oh, don't get me started. I was trying to use Alkami's materials, so I flipped through some pages and gave them a closer look. The more I read, the more upset I became. Alkami may fool an amateur, but he can't fool anyone who's active in our profession. The materials he made are completely useless for teaching real architecture. In my opinion, the most important skill of an architect is their ability to craft a design. In other words, they must be able to conceptualize ideas. There are tens of thousands of buildings in the world, as well as a countless number of architectural styles. Some designs emphasize aesthetics, while others prioritize practicality. The architects who can critically evaluate the quality and fit of different designs are those who can come up with great designs of their own. But you won't get any of that from the teaching materials they're using here. All these students are doing in class is rote memorization of existing designs. They're learning nothing about the underlying principles. How can they expect to become real architects? When they're done with this class, all they'll become are dilettantes with a pitiful smattering of architectural knowledge.
But, Mr. Cave, we didn't really understand anything you said after you threw away the materials either. What's the big deal anyway? It's not like we're looking to make some works of art. We just want to make some Mora.
You're studying architecture to make Mora?
Yeah! Why else would we be studying here? My biggest dream is to become someone like Mr. Alkami. Once I finally make my fortune in architecture, I'll be able to buy anything I like.
Huh. In that case, I'm afraid you'll probably be disappointed. The reality is that the work of an architect is very difficult, and the pay is not lucrative at all. Believe me, I'm a perfect example.
But how? Mr. Alkami just told us last night that you made a killing by building the Palace of Alcazarzare. He also said that as long as we graduate from his class, waves upon waves of people will reach out to us with private commissions, and we can just sit back and wait for Mora to fill up our pockets. It won't be long before I can put these miserable days behind me.
Come on. And you all believed everything he said?
But Mr. Alkami is really rich, isn't he?
You... It's pointless trying to argue this with you right now. You've already filled your heads with pipe dreams. Let's go, traveler. Let's hear about Alkami's true plans from the man himself.
Question. Why are you putting Bob Marley on your face? Like, I get that you're trying to make like a DIY beard. I understand that. I understand that point. It doesn't look like a beard. It looks like there's dreadlocks bursting out of your cheeks.
Hey, how about we go for a nice meal sometime? My treat, of course.
Now, I'm assuming you're making this beard become either like confident in yourself or perhaps attractive. People like beard. Here's just some feedback, some advice from one person to another. If you go on a first date with somebody, don't take them swimming. Don't take them swimming. I feel like that's gonna show your cards real quick.
Right back.
Also, the way you're trimming this is inadvertently making your beard hair kind of look like pubic. Yeah, don't ever do this again, please. Alright, this guy again.
I'm medical information to see world. Is this fact or cap? Astigmatism. I have astigmatism. And does it look like this at night? It actually does. This is accurate fact. I'm medical. Is this fact or cap? I'm on a whole nother level. I'm geeky. Think you fucking with me, boy, you tweaky. Ready for work. Give me a reason. I'm getting buckets in regular season. I'm on a whole nother level. I'm geeky. Think you fucking with me, boy, you tweaky. Ready for war. I just give me a reason. I'm getting buckets in regular season.
one depends on the city. But like, essentially, like Delhi, for example, like in New York, this one maybe $5, like 700 That's because imported. Yeah, that's one imported is the thing that makes it way costly. You know business. How old are you? I'm 16. 16, but you know business. You can ask. Yes, of course. How much does it cost in USA where you eat? For this one? $1 within the city. This one, it depends on the city. This one, like Delhi, for example, like in New York, this one maybe $5, like 700 rupees. Because imported. Yeah, that's one. Importation is the thing that makes it.
I'm back.
What's wrong, Kale? You look quite flustered. Did one of my students offend you? Were the students not astute enough for your liking? I must implore you to go a bit easier on them. After all, they're nothing like the genius scholars you're used to dealing with at the academia. We don't need to strive for perfect understanding. As long as some knowledge has been passed on, that's good enough.
Yeah, I'm mad at them. But I'm even more upset that you're scamming people under the guise of teaching them about architecture. The students are all here hoping for a quick way to make money. But we both know that an architect's life is hard and exhausting. Just a little while ago, I was toiling over the 6th draft of a design for a client. If your client is unhappy, you can't break ground. And the longer a project goes, the longer it takes for you to get paid in full. What's worse, if your client disappears in the middle of a project, good luck getting anything from them ever again. You know all of this just as well as I do.
Look, Kave, you may be the light of Ksharawar, but like I said, you still have a lot to learn about making Mora. You may deny it all you want, but it's a fact that in today's Sumeru, architecture is a terrible profession. Our clients care very little for the effort we pour into our designs. Instead of appreciating us, they spend all their time nitpicking details and demanding changes, often forcing all kinds of ridiculous ideas onto us.
I suppose that's more or less true. Go on.
Why should we cling on to a profession that's difficult and unrewarding? If the field is dying, then a person who still wants to make a good living will just have to change their strategy. If it's near impossible to make money as an architect, then why not just establish a training center and train other people to become architects in our stead?
Wait, how does that make any sense? Aren't you just leading them into the same trap?
We are already stuck, my friend. The more people we can... That's right. And making none of the students will ever know, however. In their eyes, all of my income was earned during my years as an architect. It's easy for them to fall for my promise. After all, everyone wants to live the dream of being the person who can spend millions without batting an eye. The more students I get, the more money I earn. And the more real that dream becomes.
And then what? Once they graduate, they'll still find out the truth about architecture and struggle to stay afloat amid all the problems we already talked about. When that happens, your facade will pop like a soap bubble. No one will believe you anymore.
Ah, but that's just one way to look at the problem. No two people have the same amount of talent. Even if they fail to strike gold in the future, you can't say that it's my fault and mine alone. Oh, and also, I never actually promised that they would achieve financial freedom as long as they become architects. All I did was nudge them towards that belief. I'm not even scared if they do come back and stir up trouble. My training center has all the required permits and certifications. Even the Dendro Archon herself couldn't find fault in any part of my business.
How can you sleep at night knowing that you're doing all this? Tell me, is your heart carved out of brick and stone? I can't believe that I once saw you as a decent human being. I am beyond disappointed in you.
And the same goes to you. How many years has it been since you graduated from the academia? If you still can't accept something like this, do you just plan on keeping that worthless naivete of yours until the end of time? Only fools will see art as revered and sacred. In the end, art is just another business. Being successful at running a business is an art form in itself. I urge you to think about what I've said. Offloading your pain onto others is the only way a person can live comfortably in this world. As the light of the Ksharawar, you've accumulated plenty of fame and respect. It's high time that you use those resources to improve the circumstances of your own life. Think it over, Kave. I still believe our collaboration could be very fruitful.
Something, Duke.
I'm so mad. I feel a headache coming on. There's nothing more I can say to him. I'll resign from my position as instructor. Of course. I'm sure you've realized that as long as I remained at this center, he would be able to use my name to advertise this place. Even if I just sit back and do nothing, others will be deceived and suffer because of me. He is right about one thing, though. These kinds of training centers are everywhere. And even if the academia was to find out about it, it's unlikely that they would take any real action against it. The most that they could accuse him of is false advertising. And even that would be hard to prove. Oh? Did you notice something else? Yeah, you've got a point. The rate he gave me was 300,000 mora per lecture. That probably came out of the students' tuition. And who knows just how much he's been charging the students for attending his classes. If you're gambling everything on making it rich as an architect, are you really going to have the mora to pay for that kind of tuition? Right. We should hurry. The students didn't believe a word I was telling them. They're still daydreaming about making millions. We're never going to get any information from them again if we let Alkami talk to them first. Let's move now before he's had the chance to
Oh, Mr. Kave? What are you doing back here?
Class finished a while ago, but you're still here. Why haven't you gone home?
I wanted to stay for a little longer. I'm still thinking about everything you taught during the class. Even though a lot of it went right over my head, I still thought the houses you drew were really pretty.
Of course they were. All the examples I drew were world-famous landmarks. Each one was the magnum opus of a celebrated architect. It's a good thing that you could recognize them for their beauty. The accumulation of knowledge is the first step to artistic expression. Instead of rote memorization, you should try to relate and to understand, and after that, try to resonate with the work.
Resonate?
Yes. When I first got into architecture, there were many things about it that I couldn't understand at all. I would find a building to be beautiful, but have no idea what made it so good. And for most people, just being able to admire a building is enough. To become a good architect, however, you must also learn to assess and appraise. Going from admiration to assessment will take a lot of time and specialized knowledge, and I'm afraid that some superficial speed training won't be enough to take you there.
Just as I thought. Becoming an architect won't be as easy as Mr. Alkami made it out to be, right?
I'm sorry. I'm not trying to crush your dreams. All I want to tell you is that an architect's life is not as carefree and easy as others may make it out to be.
I understand. Thank you for telling me the truth, Mr. Kave. I think I'll still stay here for the time being, though, since my family still hasn't paid everything off.
Paid off what?
Sorry, I can't say anything more. Mr. Alkami made it very clear that anyone who talks about it will be kicked out of the class.
Don't listen to him. I am the most famous architect in Sumeru. If he kicks you out, then I'll just take you in instead.
Really?
Why would I pull your leg? I can see you have some talent. So as long as you get your fundamentals down, you should be able to pass the entrance exam and continue your studies at the academia.
Then please keep this a secret for me, Mr. Kave. Truth be told, my family is not very well off, so we couldn't really afford the tuition for this class. Mr. Alkami was the one who reached out to my parents, He told them that he knew a merchant by the name of Fahar and that we could get a loan from him. He told all the students that once we graduate, people would come flocking to commission us for projects. If everything went well, we'd be able to pay off everything in just a few years, and all the more we make after that would be ours.
How much did your family borrow from this merchant?
I think it was several million more.
And what was the interest rate?
I'm not really sure. My parents were the ones who signed the contract. All I know is that the stack of papers was as thick as a slab of rock.
Yeah, I have a bad feeling too. Something about the whole thing feels dastardly familiar. We need to find that merchant to confirm. But if we were to confront him right now, there's no way he'd admit to anything. Good idea. Hey, tell me, do you know where we'd be able to find this merchant?
We last saw him on the north shore of Port Ormos. Who knows if he's still
Nice.
in the area, though.
Well, it'd still be worth taking a look. Architecture... No. The arts shouldn't be used as bait for a scam. We need to do something before the students...
It's good.
Oh, I don't think I've ever seen you guys before. Here for business?
You're Fahar, right?
Yes.
Alkami. My friend here wants to enroll in his architecture class, but they're a bit short on money. Alkami told us you're the man to go to in this kind of situation.
Oh, sounds like it. Let me... Oof. You call that a bit short on money? Anyway, since you're here because of Alkami, I can work things out for you. Make sure you sign the contract, though. Lots of people are borrowing money from me nowadays. Here you go. Don't worry, there's nothing particularly unusual about it. All you need to do is pay back the loan in full within 3 years.
And what if they won't be able to pay it back?
What do you mean, won't be able to pay it back? Once you graduate from Alkami's place, you'll be making millions of mora a year. Easy! At that point, paying this off will be a piece of cake. And even if you were to run into some difficulties and need to delay the installments, it's no big deal. We're all reasonable people here. If you can't pay quickly, you can just pay it back over a longer period. All that would change is your interest rates would get a little higher. It's hard work running a business. If we're taking risks to supply you with more... Anyway, there's no point in tying yourself in...
I just did some calculations in my head. When you say the interest will get a little higher, do you mean it'll get higher than 30%? Of course, the contract did a great job. If you actually do the math, however, it's clear that the amount you need to pay on interest alone will amount to hundreds of thousands of mora per year. Most people can't even make that much mora in a year. Your greed really knows no bounds. Even my creditor doesn't dare to raise rates that high. Once a family's signed on to a scheme like this, there's no getting out.
What are you trying to say, huh?
Damn.
I figured something was off when two well-dressed people came looking for a loan. Think you got the better of me? Too many people are sticking their noses where they don't belong these days. Luckily for me, though, this is a pretty secluded spot. Hey, come out and teach these guys a lesson!
Eremites. I've already fought off more than my fair share of them when I was working in the desert. There are only a few of them, so they shouldn't pose much of a threat. Marak, you're up!
I'll protect us.
No more tricks up your
Scanning!
I'll be
Sight clear!
Try to keep up. Take that!
Scanning!
Oh, hi.
Sight clear!
Let's dance.
Scanning!
Who are you and what do you want? I don't think we've done...
Debt has the power to upend your whole life. I know very well, but my debts are the culmination of... But these students are different. They have neither the mental preparation nor the financial resources to pay back a debt like this. You sold the dreams of becoming an architect to the students as bait, urging them to take on insurmountable
Why'd you
amounts
cancel
of
the
debt
call?
to satisfy your greed.
What?
Everyone knows there's no such thing as a free lunch.
I don't know.
It's their own fault
The phone's
for falling
upside
into the
down.
trap. And if we're going to talk about greed, aren't those students the ones who are blinded
Your phone's
by it?
upside down.
They completely ignore the risk that's right there in front
Your
of them.
phone's upside down.
Ha! And here comes the silver tongue. People grow by learning from their mistakes. I hope this will be a valuable lesson to them. Let's head back to the academia and turn this guy over to the Matra. They should be able to link him with Alkami's business. Sino? Didn't think I would run into you here.
My vacation just ended not too long ago, so I'm going over some cases at the academia. Who's this? I see. Charging an interest rate over 30% indeed constitutes a crime. As it is highly likely that Alkami is also benefiting from this scheme, the Matra will open and investigate any funds we manage to recover.
That should still be enough. Once the students realize the error of their ways, they won't fall so... Anyway, thank you for...
It's no trouble. Just another day at work. Did you accept any mora from him?
He promised to pay me 300,000 mora per lecture, but I resigned as soon as I
So-
finished the first session. I didn't take a single coin.
That's good.
That's good.
That's good.
Hmm? What do you mean, that's good? Would you have taken me into custody as well if I had actually accepted any mora?
I wouldn't have gone that far. But, had he insisted that you were also an active participant in his schemes, under our rules, we would have been required to open an investigation on you as well. Either way, though...
Hey, what was that? What do you mean?
Never mind. Your life is fine.
You're just messing with me now, aren't you?
Let's get back to business. If Alkami's case can be successfully resolved, you'll be eligible for a monetary reward from the academia. Don't forget to pick it up after the fact.
Huh. I didn't even know there was such a thing. I never would have guessed. What I'm trying to say is that we didn't report Alkami because we thought we could make some more off of it.
The reward will be given regardless of your personal motivations. It was implemented with the intent of encouraging people to supply tips to the Matra.
Fine.
Is there anything else?
I want to go back to the training center one more time and talk to some of the kids.
Sure, but you should wait until tomorrow. My subordinates will shut down the center today, and summon the students to gather information on the total amount of mora they've lost in the scam.
Alright, then I'll stay out of their way. I can talk to the kids tomorrow.
I have a few other things to take care of, so I'll be off for now. If you want to follow up on this case, just come find me again. Or ask one of the Matra.
That should finally be the end of that. Oh, who would have thought it would turn out like this? All I wanted was to find a new gig and earn some mora. To think Alkami would sink this low. It still makes me really upset. Still, I think I feel a little better now than when you found me back at the tavern. It's a little ironic, but you could say it's because I've realized that there are many circumstances in the world that are even worse than my own. Now that I've seen such things firsthand, I suppose I've earned a new sense of appreciation for my life. How should I put it? I'm pretty stubborn when it comes to my profession, so I often argue with my clients. The arguments are usually extremely frustrating, and every once in a while I'd wonder if I only became an architect because fate wanted me to pay for some sins I'd committed in a previous life. Alkami's suggestion would have allowed me to quit my life as an architect and earn money solely from my reputation. But now that I've experienced that for myself, I can confidently say that I'd never want to do it again. Every scholar has their own sense of pride and a line that they don't like to cross. Of course, when faced with the vicissitudes of life, some will surrender these things to seek a more comfortable life. I can understand that. Just speaking for myself, though, I don't think that's something I'd ever be able to do. The voice in my heart would just keep repeating one thing. The moment I turn away from my dreams would be the moment my career ends. If I stopped devoting everything to my creative activities, I'd be able to lead a more comfortable life, but at the same time, my sense of intuition and understanding for the arts would also begin to degrade. At that point, any materialistic ease I may have gained in life would just become another form of torment. In comparison, my current life comes with its share of difficulties, but at least I'd never have to deal with that kind of existential reckoning. I appreciate it. You may call me conceited for this, but I would also like to think I'm talented enough to be able to lead a decent life without compromising my pride. It's certainly not easy, but I want to keep at it. My thanks again for being such a great help throughout all of this. I'm planning... All right, I'll see you tomorrow then. Get some...
Yes.
Check this out.
Gotta dash.
Mr. Alkami was a scammer.
The training center has been shut down, and the Matra have promised to return some of our tuition. But we've already spent so much time on this class.
What Mr. Kave said we can keep working on our fundamentals and try to get into the academia.
Easier said than done. If it was easier to get into the academia, none of us would have signed up for the class in the first place. Only the best of the best can get into the academia studying on their own.
Mr. Kave might be willing to teach us.
Why? What reason does he have to stick around?
So, you're the only ones that showed up today, huh?
Huh? Kave's here!
Now, that's Mr. Kave to you. I'm here as your instructor, so let's keep things a little more proper. I'll keep instructing you for a while longer. You can pass on the message to the other students. As long as someone wants to come, they can join the class. Oh, also, I'm usually pretty busy, so I'll only be able to teach architecture fundamentals on my days off. Another disclaimer. I can't promise that you'll all be able to understand everything I'm going to teach. Architecture is not an easy profession. Aesthetics aside, even the basics of safe design can already be a handful for most people. If you want to design safe buildings, you'll have to go through a systematic study of structural engineering. And just as a heads up, all of this will be a huge step up from the superficial stuff you were learning before. It'll take both talent and perseverance to get through the course. I don't want to hear anyone say that I didn't warn you.
We'll try our best.
It seems some of you are really serious about this after all. All right, everyone, pack your stuff up. No need to prepare much for today's class. We're going to go on a quick field trip. You'll know once we get there. Come on, let's get going. We'll be off once everyone's grabbed their pencils and sketch pads.
Yeah?
Call me when you want to play Minecraft, okay?
I feel like there's something I forgot to do. I tidied the courtyard, put the tea on. It's probably just my mind playing tricks on me.
Bang.
Hello. There we go. No. Okay. Okay. Let's go. Deep. Loud.
This lighthouse has been around for a long time, and I handled its renovations when I first graduated from the academia. The point of today is not so much about the lighthouse as a building. I just want you to take a look at it and do a bit of self-reflection. If you were tasked today with designing a building, how would you want it to look like? Don't think about how you'd act.
So, it can be, any kind of building?
Yep, as long as you think it'd look good. It doesn't even necessarily have to be a building. If you want, you can draw trees, the ocean, or even a garden area. Draw whatever you'd like. In my experience, it's best to approach the study of architecture from a point of personal interest, rather than for the sake of a career. Both the study and practice of architectural design are extremely difficult. A person who's forced to work on projects that they don't resonate with will only struggle and suffer. So at least for today, I hope the students will be able to create something that they enjoy. There's no need to think about it too hard. They'll have plenty of time in the future to revisit the design and make changes. What do you think? Want to try your hand at it as well?
That's pretty cool. And funny.
Hey, how about we go for a nice meal sometime? My treat, of course.
Of course. Sun will go down. Oh crap. Whatever. The Endeavor. Yay. You can do katana.
Taking this commission was truly the worst decision ever. Actually, while we're on that, what are you doing here? Stress is just an inescapable part of being a working adult. Boss, I'll have a glass. Do you want something too? I'll put it on my tab.
Wine in a glass.
I know you're already keeping us. That guy, though. Another glass.
You've got it, sir.
It really is, but perhaps getting. I would spend a lot of time. I suppose, though, that just all of this makes.
Here's your drink.
Boss?
The meaning of. Anyway, I don't know about.
What do you. Yes, art shouldn't be. Let's say that I built a house for someone. If they don't like how it looks, then no matter how brilliant it may appear to me, they won't be happy with it. The problem is that it can be very difficult to get validated by others. I could compromise my personal standards to accommodate my clients, but often that just means creating a final product that I would struggle to look at. Sounds great to me. I don't even want to think about this project anymore. But what should we do? It's probably not a good idea to just drink until I pass out here. Huh? Where did that come from? I mean, it's not like it's some kind of secret. You probably already know some bits and pieces of my past. My mother is also an architect. I've always adored her drawings, and when I was young, I used to sit next to her and watch her bring all kinds of buildings to life on paper. You could say my interest in architecture just naturally grew with time. Perhaps. In fact, I have also seen my mother argue with her clients, but she would always quickly find the motivation to return to her work. Unfortunately, I've barely had any contact with her since she remarried and moved abroad. Even if I wanted to ask her about her ability to stay positive after an argument, it would seem rude to barge into her life again over something as trivial as that. I did remember something else, though. When my mother left, she only carried some small personal luggage with her. She left most of the belongings in the house to me. At the time, I hadn't quite come to It's been a really long time. Either way, thanks. Thinking too. If you want to stick around and see how this. All right. Let me see. Anyway, there's no more time for drinks. I'll go take care of the bill.
There we go.
Alhaitham isn't in, so feel free to sit wherever. I'll bring out the box.
Box 4.
Oh, nothing. I just didn't realize how much time
What's
had
good,
passed.
Abno?
The box is pretty dusty,
I ate all
which
of those
means
pancakes,
it's already
Rush.
been
It
a
was
while
mad
since I've moved
good.
into this place. And many years since my mother moved to Fontaine. I'm happy for her. I hope she'll be able to find happiness there. She raised me all by herself after my father passed away. It definitely wasn't easy for her. Anyway, enough about that. Let's see what I packed into this box. What are all these things?
Left. Oh, it's in there. Gotcha.
Who else is joining? Turn on my
Yo.
mod.
So 20 people joined.
Okay, what happened? Why is there so many people on
This door should be open.
This is a drawing I made.
I didn't even know.
Room run
you guys-
key.
you guys
What the fuck
left.
is room run key?
Where are you? Where are you?
Now.
Right here.
You
I
have the
was
key?
less than
You have
5
the
years
key?
old when I made
Over
this
here, over
drawing.
here, over here.
That's more than 20
It's like
years
all
ago.
over this very door.
You could say it's
Can
pretty
someone
good
tell
for
me
a
what's
child
happening?
Of that age.
I thought, oh, I gotta equip it.
Now that I've said that out, criticism
Yeah,
and
go-
self-doubt
yes.
have always been a part
Okay,
of
what
the
did I
process.
miss?
Oh, I got the key card.
You like came back
No
perfectly.
improvement. It's normal
Yeah, and I got
for me
a
to
key card.
question my abilities.
Alright, we
from
gotta go
time to
back.
time.
We gotta go back to the.
I
Damn.
admit that I may have spent a little too
Take
long
it back.
questioning myself
Guys,
this
I-
time around.
You
Yeah,
are
go
my
ahead.
fast. Who the fuck
hard
is
to
joining? Okay, we got
whatever
one,
it
two.
is.
Avon,
Anyway,
you
never
do
mind.
not need to out in
The
here.
more I talk about it, the
Avon
less
is
confident I
crazy.
feel.
It's not
Let's see what else we
Avon,
have in the
bro.
box.
Yes,
Eugene.
two.
My
Yes,
building blocks.
he has
It's been
Avano and then
years since I've
Avano
last seen
Arts.
these.
I did like
When I was a
50% of the
kid, I
work.
used to stack them super high.
Oh.
And
Yeah,
I
I
stabilize
think
the
you did.
tower to
No,
keep it from
Arts
tumbling over.
doesn't have a mic. I have no ATRS has a mic.
Oh.
No,
I made it by copying
I do
my
have a
mother's
mic, but I'm
sketch.
just using my phone.
The aspect ratio was
Yeah, no shit.
horrendous.
I'm
It's
trying to back
still
you up, but okay.
technically the first blueprint I made myself,
Yes.
though.
I can't get up there. You have to go
I
all the
got-
way.
Other account.
I got.
Damn.
I found all the
That was my
fuses.
mother's sketches,
Have you ever
hoping she'd
thought
notice
about
and
when you
compliment me
sell a
for my good
woman,
work.
what you would do to her?
Unfortunately, my mother didn't realize
Guys,
that I
I'm
had
stuck.
put it there.
You
When she had a meeting with a client
my
the next
lord.
day, she handed my blueprint. It
I
was
could
only a
not.
few days later.
Yes, you
My mother
could.
took me with her to
I was like
She didn't
stuck.
scold
And
me
you're
about
already
it in
with
private,
Wait,
though.
Yeah, we got
How's
all the
it-
fuses.
Let's see. Is
Helen,
there anything else
how's
left in this
Yeah.
box?
going?
Huh.
I hate it here.
What was this is my mother. When I was a child, I used.
How many fuses do we need?
Wonder why she didn't.
4,
take
and
this
I got
little
4.
book.
Okay,
If
good.
only I. Hey, it's not a matter of time. Who knows?
I
Maybe
don't know
this
what's
time
happening,
something
so
will
I'm just
click in
gonna
my head,
walk around.
And the answer will just
Wait,
present
there's
itself.
another
I can tell what you were thinking.
card. There it is.
Don't worry,
Who
I
left?
tried all the easy guesses a long time ago.
Phoenix.
I've tried my
Phoenix.
name,
Yeah, he's
my
in his
father's
own
name, my mother's
server
name,
thing,
my
the
grandparents'
No
names
thanks.
on both sides,
Oh,
and
maybe
all
there's
of
more
our birthdays.
fuse because I
I've
put
tried
that shit
every
in there
name
and
and
just
number
like.
remotely related
Oh,
to
where
my
are you supposed to put the
family.
fuses in?
Have
There's
you
a
tried
fuse
stuff like
box.
Love you, Kave.
Fuse
Take
box where?
care, and yours truly. I've tried
Let's see,
every
I'm gonna look
cheesy
around more.
phrase
Maybe
and
there's
well
a
wish in the
fuse.
book, but this lock has refused to budge. I wouldn't try that route again.
How's your day?
I have a hunch that it won't be that simple.
Oh, I
Also,
have a
if she
few.
really did use something like that, She'd never hear the end of it from the
Yeah.
folks over at Haravatat
Yeah.
if they ever found out.
Yeah.
Is awesome in your is awesome in your stream?
No. It's not.
So we
Dude,
could
there's
find
no one
someone who
watching
was
your
close to my
stream.
mother
No.
and see if they might know
Exactly.
anything.
Bro, I thought there.
I see what you're
people
saying,
watching your stream.
but who
Great.
should we talk to for
No.
that? My mother was never really the
Just
one
know
to be
I'm
social.
watching.
My father
Give
was
me a
the one
minute
with
for
more
me
friends,
to notice you in chat.
but all those connections were
Devilish
severed when he
Garish.
died. Let me think. Is there still someone at the academia who would know my mother?
Bro, you should put
Actually, there is
our
someone.
Discord in
Professor
your
Zaha Hadid.
bio.
Huh. You've never really heard of her? She's a famous Kasharwar scholar and leading expert in formal garden design. My mother studied under her as a student many years ago. Professor Zaha Hadid published many She's older now and is no longer teaching at the academia. But if I remember correctly, she spends most of her time around the Bimarstan area. Let's go take a look.
What am I supposed to do now? Forget it. I'll just head back.
Tainari, what are you doing here?
Oh, it's you. Good to finally see you again. I came into the city to buy some experiment reagents, hoping to bring them back with me to Gandharvaville. But as soon as I got here, I noticed someone banging on Cyrus's door. You've all heard of Cyrus, right? He's an ex-sage and Cyno's adoptive father. I was thinking about going over to ask what's happening. That granny over there may appear old and frail, but her vocal cords certainly sound loud and healthy as ever.
Granny?
Yeah, she's just over there. You can go check out the situation yourselves in a moment. Kaveh, were you at the tavern?
I had a quick drink or two. Can you still smell the alcohol?
Drinking in broad daylight. Really? You want to pass out by the road and get run over by a sumpter beast like some mindless fungus, huh? And you, traveler? You didn't try to stop him? You look like a wreck, Kaveh. What happened? Are you feeling down again? You know what? I'm hosting a meal at Pardistii tomorrow evening. Do you want to come?
Huh? Oh, I had no idea. Let me think for a moment. I'll come if I can find some time.
All right. Then I'll plan on reserving 2 seats for you. I'll be heading back to Gandharvaville for now. I have a feeling that argument over there is going to continue for quite some time. It might be best if we don't get involved.
A granny who lives nearby. Let's go take a look.
Ha! So, plan on keeping yourself locked in there, huh? Fine by me. If you're not going to come out, then I'm not going to leave. My tomato was growing so well, it had all the potential to become the best tomato this year, and you cut it straight from the vine.
I already told you I had nothing to do with it. Why would I take a tomato that's still weeks from ripening? You'd have to be awfully green as an investigator to think it was me. You see, the word green here can refer to both the color of the tomato and the fact that your skills could use some.
Enough nonsense! Just come out and face me, you coward!
You're out of your mind. If I've actually done something wrong, then get a mantra and pull me out by force, why don't ya?
Oh, why you?
Professor Zaha Hadid?
And who are you? Oh, Kaveh. Fancy seeing you here. How long has it been? Come on, get over here and let the professor take a good look at you. Not bad, not bad. You've grown taller again.
Professor, what's going on here?
It's no big deal, really. A few of us old scholars got bored in our retirement and decided to put together a vegetable growing competition. At the end, whoever loses will have to go up on stage and do a performance for the winners. Which brings us to our current predicament. My tomato was sure to win until a certain someone decided they couldn't bear to lose.
Hey, don't try to defame me in front of the kids. If we're airing out each other's dirty laundry now, then why don't we talk about you sneaking into Janot's garden the other night?
Lucky for you, seeing these youngsters come to pay their respects today has put me in a better mood. I'll let you off the hook, for now. Come on, let's go. We'll take our conversation elsewhere. He doesn't need to be a part of it.
Yes, of course.
Is Faranak still doing well?
Yes, as far as I know. She left for Fontaine some time ago and started a new life for herself. She's still doing work related to architecture, though.
Ah, yes. I did hear about that. Did that upset you at all?
No, not at all. She's already sacrificed a lot raising me as a single mother.
That's good to hear. Your mother did struggle quite a bit those few years. It's probably a good thing that she found a new place to call home. Sometimes I wonder if things were harder for her because she was so beautiful. People were always drawn to her beauty first, only to realize she had a sensitive and vulnerable heart underneath. She was still quite young when she first joined my class as a student. Beautiful and radiant with her golden hair, yet quiet and single-minded. She seemed like a lass from some aristocratic house who was seeing the outside world for the first time. She had to make a lot of drastic changes in her life to raise you on her own. Even during her time in the academia, she was a thorough perfectionist. If she was unsatisfied with something she had made, she'd insist on redoing it, even if I was perfectly happy with it. She had many admirers, and they'd always fill up the first few rows of seats, hoping they could get closer to her sitting in the first row. If it were any of my other classes, you'd have found nobody sitting in the front. But every time I saw her, she was always in that same rigid pose. She'd have one hand on her forehead with the other clutching her pencil. Her eyebrows would be knitted in a frown as she concentrated on the blueprint in front of her.
I'm sure she had many difficult moments in her life. How did she cope with the stress?
I'm not too sure. She never talked about such things with me. She rarely opened up to other people, you know. I do remember one time, though, when she got into a heated argument with a friend. She said something I found very memorable. She said, "True art cannot be understood, but as an artist, I wish some people could understand its meaning and value." If you ask me, that's probably the greatest source of pain for geniuses of their craft. It's extremely hard for them to find someone who can truly understand their ideas.
So that's how it is. I wonder if the password could be... I tried both just now. Seems those aren't it either.
What are you trying to do?
My mother left her notebook to me, but it has a password and I haven't figured out what it is yet. I'm trying to learn more about her so I'd have a better chance at cracking the code. Thank you for all that you told us.
It's the least I can do. Talking to youngsters like yourself makes me feel younger too. Honestly, looking at you now, I can see how much you resemble her. It's almost as if she's standing right in front of me again. Your personalities are quite alike, too. You're both stubborn and both a little awkward. Of course, I'm sure the similarities are mostly superficial. But so long as you continue to harbor those traits, you'll find a lot of difficulties in your work. I've taught a lot of students over my career, and in my experience, very few genius architects of Ksharawar ever found happiness for themselves. They would know exactly what they want to express and fight for it tooth and nail, which inevitably led to arguments with their clients. Some clients would choose to respect the architect's vision or just let the argument go because of the architect's reputation, but those are the rare ones. When Faranak first graduated, she was getting into arguments with her clients nearly every single day. I think it only got a little better when she met your father.
I see. But could he understand the designs my mother made?
No, I think they were probably beyond him, too. But despite that, he still stayed next to her, listening to her joys and sharing in her sorrows. Faranek had many admirers, but she ended up choosing your father. His support probably played a part in that decision.
So instead of understanding, perhaps all we need is just companionship. Huh. It worked.
Oh, was that the right password?
Yes!
Then you should be on your way, child. Find a quiet place and see what she wanted to say to you. Being the awkward person that she is, I suppose there were many things that Faranek could never say out loud. Instead, she probably left them in her diary, hoping that they would make their way to you one day. If you're ever in a mood to chat again, just come and find me here. You're always welcome to discuss architecture topics with me as well.
Thank you so much, Professor.
There's no need to be so formal. I'll let you kids go. It's time for me to take another stroll around the vegetable garden.
I wonder what my mother could have written about.
They all say Zaha Hadid's class is the toughest, but I think it's actually not too bad. On the other hand, though, structural mechanics is definitely a pain, no matter how you try to approach it. I doubled down and managed to get through it in the end. I met someone special. At first, I didn't think much of him, but now, I feel very happy whenever I get to spend time with him. We decided to name our son Kaveh. I don't think a younger me would have ever imagined forming such an intimate bond with another person. Back then, I lived only in the shadow of myself, as well as that of the dream in my heart. The bad news came. And even though it's been several days now, I still can't bring myself to come to terms with what happened. My eyes are so swollen it's hard to see. What if they're all lying to me? And this is just a long, cruel dream. But I have to face reality. I still have someone to take care of. No matter what happens, I'll do my best to raise my son on my own.
Huh? Is this a drawing? Seems like it was done by my mother. This blonde man was probably my father, but who are the other people in the picture? From the dates in the notebook, she probably drew this more than 30 years ago. I hadn't even been born yet. Maybe we were thinking too much. Oh, there are a few lines written in the diary about this as well.
The one who invited us to the gathering is a talkative woman. Including us, 3 couples showed up. There was also a person who came alone. The talkative woman introduced everyone to each other. She spoke really quickly, so I couldn't quite catch everything she said. But I also didn't feel like asking her to repeat herself. My husband seems to be friends with the man with long ears. I couldn't really join their conversation, so I've resigned myself to sitting in a corner and drawing in my notebook. I don't think I'd be able to become friends with any of these people, especially that stiff-looking couple. That man is certainly very handsome, but he would constantly alternate between disjointed and serious ways of talking. His wife is a bit more bearable. We were not acquainted with each other to begin with, and I doubt we'll see each other again after this gathering. The ambiance of this gathering is surprisingly pleasant, however. Talking to people can allow us to find some peace after a long day. Maybe my son will also partake in these gatherings in the future. I hope he'll be able to make many friends.
Who would have thought my mother used to attend that kind of thing? It seems she was only good at talking about her own work, and found it difficult to join into other conversations. As a result, she often kept to herself and would be off to the side, drawing. There's more written on the back. Oh, it seems like it was written to me.
Kaveh. I was both overjoyed and distressed when I learned of your decision to continue your studies in Kasharwar. You are very talented, and I am confident that you will become an architect of much acclaim. However, the more talented you are as an artist, the more misery and anguish you may encounter. No one will be able to help you during your journey as an artist. But outside of your life as a creator, you can learn to form connections with other people and enjoy many other things in life. It's the only way to alleviate your suffering. Whenever you feel down, seek out a friend to sit and have a chat. You can accumulate joy and fulfillment by spending time with them. The positive feelings you gain will get you through the long and difficult years. Never forget that companionship is the most important thing of all.
So that's the answer she prepared for me. She really thought long and hard about me and my future. Well, now that I've read her words, the thought definitely crossed my mind. Although it'd be nice to get together with friends and chat the night away, I don't want to bring down other people's moods because I'm sad. Besides, don't most people hate the feeling of seeing their friends troubled and being unable to help? And what's worse, nearly all of my problems can't be easily resolved with some encouraging words or gesture. And don't forget, I'm also older than all of them. As their senior, I should appear to be a bit more responsible. Huh, you're right. I really didn't expect to run into him here. I swear, his nose must be just as sensitive as his ears. Well then, I guess it's best that we go. You know what? I'm not going to overthink it. I'll see you tomorrow at Pardis Di.
I feel like there's something I forgot to do.
you can stay cooped up in there.
60. Oh, felt that. You're checking your bones.
Can't catch me!
Alhaitham also got my invite, right? Will he be coming to join us?
That guy? He's never been a fan of social gatherings. I wouldn't get my hopes up if I were you.
Are you sure? All right then. I guess we won't wait for him.
Yeah, let's go. I mean, maybe we should give him a little more time. We can keep chatting for a while longer.
Oh, sure.
You still haven't told me, what's the occasion for getting us together here at Pardis DI?
We're celebrating the end of the first phase of Kale's studies. I wanted to thank you all for the help you've given her along the way.
Then where's Kale?
She said she wanted to show everyone a bit of what she's learned, so she's still doing some last-minute prep at home. Anyway, let's get started. To tell you the truth, I'm actually not so confident that the second phase will go as well as the first. The curriculum will become a lot more involved, and I'm worried that she won't be able to get through all of it. I was hoping we could brainstorm about it together before she gets here.
I knew this wouldn't be just a simple free dinner. Is that why you also invited Alhaitham?
Yes, I thought it would be good if we could all put our heads together about this. Anyway, let's take a quick trip down memory lane. What did you guys do when you ran into a problem that you didn't know how to solve? Or got assigned a project that you knew you weren't gonna finish on time?
Never happened to me.
I'd just pull another all-nighter.
You two are hopeless. Does anyone have a more useful answer to the question?
Ooh, that's a good point.
This could be a potential direction. I have already redesigned the literacy curriculum, and I was originally hoping to ask Alhaitham for his opinion, but...
It's very simple. Instead of focusing on the amount of material you would like to teach, focus on the amount the student would be able to remember.
Wow, you actually showed up. I could probably count the number of times you've actually come to gatherings like this on just one hand.
It's still more than the number of times you've managed to get a proposal approved on the first try.
As long as you're still aware. So, what made the difference this time? Are you looking to drink your sorrows away with some friends?
That's your purpose for being here, not mine. Don't project your ways of thinking onto me.
So you're saying the only reason you came is to help Tainari with his brainstorming?
Precisely. Kale will have a long road in front of her.
Hey, just to get one thing clear. Even if Kale manages to make her way to the academia, we cannot let her enroll in her avatat. Kasharawar is obviously the best choice for her. She's been a trainee forest ranger for so long, she'll definitely be good with her hands.
What are you saying? Spontamad is the better choice. It's where I graduated from, after all.
Then what about Amorta? That's the darshan her master actually graduated from.
There are only 2 other Darshans left. We might as well select all of them on her enrollment application.
I'm trying to have a serious discussion here. Traveler, you aren't associated with any of the 6 darshans. In your opinion, which darshan would be the best choice for Kale?
Alright. Okay, I'm back.
Well said.
Agreed. And my goal in inviting you here was to gather some thoughts on the execution of this second phase.
Phase 2 far exceeds Phase 1 in both curriculum complexity and the speed of instruction. I hope Kale has prepared herself for what is coming.
Hey, what are you thinking now? Please don't tell me you're planning on lending her those abstruse books from your home library.
Actually, I was thinking about lending her a professions guide.
I'll make sure to write, "Don't become an architect," on the front page of that. You're right. I can't deny that.
Is there another phase after Phase 2? What's the ultimate goal of all of this? Are we trying to prepare her for a job in the academia?
We don't need to think that far ahead. Hold that thought, though. I think my vegetables are done.
Vegetables.
I'm telling you, that client had no idea what he was talking about.
Have you considered finding another client?
Ah, they're all the same. I haven't had a good night's sleep for months now. Who do they think they are, ordering me to alter my design over and over again just because they have some Mora?
It's too late now to change careers. You might as well try to find some joy in the pain. Besides, you'll be getting up in the middle of the night to make edits to your own design even when the client doesn't request it.
No. That's not true.
Cheer up, Kaveh. I'll tell you a new joke.
We'll save that for the end, Sino. You can keep it to yourself until then.
Whatever. I'm not going to use my brain anymore. Let's drink tonight to our heart's content. Alhaitham isn't in, so feel free to sit wherever.
Here.
Oh, nothing. I just didn't realize how much time had passed. The box is pretty dusty, which means it's already been a while since I've moved into this place. And many years since my mother moved to Fontaine. I'm happy for her. I hope she'll be able to find happiness there. She raised me all by herself after my father passed away. It definitely wasn't easy for her. Anyway, enough about that. Let's see what I packed into this box. What are all these things? Oh, I remember now. This is a drawing I made in Port Ormuz. Obviously, I wouldn't call it anything special now, but I was less than 5 years old when I made this drawing. That's more than 20 years ago. You could say it's pretty good for a child of that age. Now that I've said that out loud, I suppose I do have some... Criticism and self-doubt have always been a part of the artistic process. Without criticism, there can be no improvement. It's normal for me to question my abilities from time to time. I admit that I may have spent a little too long questioning myself this time around, but as you know, the heart tends to dwell on whatever it pleases. Anyway, never mind. The more I talk about it, the less confident I feel. Let's see what else we have in the box. Ah, my building blocks! It's been years since I've last seen these. When I was a kid, I used to stack them super high, and could even stabilize the tower to keep it from tumbling over. Oh, and this blueprint. I made it by copying my mother's sketch, and the aspect ratio was horrendous. It's still technically the first blueprint I made myself, though. I was super proud of myself when I finished it, and put it in the same pile as my mother's sketches, hoping she'd notice and compliment me for my good work. Unfortunately, my mother didn't realize that I had put it there. When she had a meeting with a client the next day, she handed my blueprint to him by mistake. The client was completely confused by this new blueprint, but apparently he felt too tongue-tied to question such a famous architect. It was only a few days later that he finally gathered up the courage to pay my mother a visit. He asked, "The door in this blueprint is even taller than the roof. Is this supposed to be part of the design?" My mother took me with her to personally apologize to the client several times. She didn't scold me about it in private, though. Instead, she went over all the steps required to draw a good blueprint, and was very patient throughout the whole process. I still remember it like it was yesterday. Let's see, is there anything else left in this box? What was this again? Ah, this is my mother's notebook. She used to write and sketch in it all when I was a child. Wonder why she didn't take this notebook with her. Did she leave it to me on purpose? If only I could. I never managed to guess the password. Hey, it's not a matter of time, it's a matter of inspiration. That's what we need to guess the password. Who knows? Maybe this time something will click in my head, and the answer will just present itself. Let me think. What could it be? I could tell what you were thinking. Don't worry, I tried all the easy guesses a long time ago. I've tried my name, my father's name, my mother's name, my grandparents' names on both sides, and all of our birthdays. I've tried every name and number remotely related to my family. I've even tried stuff like Love You Kave, Take Care, and Yours Truly. I've tried every cheesy phrase and well-wish in the book, but this lock has refused to budge. I wouldn't try that route again. I have a hunch that it won't be that simple. Also, if she really did use something like that, she'd never hear the end of it from the folks over at Haravatat if they ever found out. Yeah, you're right. Although I was hoping to find some words of wisdom from my mother, if I stop and think about it, her words may not be the advice that I need to hear right at this moment. Everyone's life journey is different. Traveler, you've visited many lands and met many people, so I'm sure you've run into situations where... I just got an idea, though. If I want to rekindle the creative passion that I had before, instead of trying to unlock an old notebook, why don't I take a walk around the parts of town that had changed my life? What do you think? I'm glad you agree. Then let's start by taking a quick stroll around the academia.
Huh? Okay.
And away I go! Can't catch me!
Bro.
I'm out of here!
Of all the places in the academia, I remember this one most. When my studies got busy, I used to pull all-nighters here trying to finish my blueprints. Who doesn't miss their time at the academia? Life was a lot simpler then, and we all had far less troubles. I created many designs that I thought were beautiful in the House of Dana. If I had to give a reason, it'd probably be because I like the ambiance here.
No.
The academia also had a rule that allowed
I've been
scholars to
customizing
annotate
one
any
mod
physical
pack
books
so
they came
long.
across.
And guess what I got?
As a result, the books
What?
here are chock full
Okay,
of
so,
scholars' wisdom across many generations.
Basically, there's this, what's it called? There is this one, bro, it's 8:16. When are you gonna get off? Because I want to play Minecraft with you so bad.
Just let me finish this.
Okay, you're gonna finish that.
Yep. It's like one more thing.
Okay,
Pretty
one
sure.
more. Okay, one.
Oh, here, this is a great example. This book, History of Ancient Sumeru Architecture, contains some analysis that I did many years ago. Huh? Why is Alhatham's handwriting also in here? When did he ever read this book? Ah, I guess it's probably from when we worked on that research project together. Anyway, he probably never cared to tell you this, but the House of Dana is where Alhatham and I first met. I came here to do my homework, and saw him sitting by himself next to that row of bookshelves. A group of Haravatat scholars were chatting near him, but he looked as if he was too lazy to join them. There was a pretty stark difference between him and all the rest of them. It was my fault for feeling bad for him. I thought he must have gotten into some kind of trouble and went over to ask if he needed anything, not realizing that...
Not realizing that
Oh,
you were
and
in fact
when
the
you
one in a
join, you
whole
should
heap of
become
trouble?
another origin, because I'm another origin. Well, not really, but
why are you here?
The House of Dana is a public space. Anyone can come here, no?
But shouldn't you be at the records room at this hour? You're not here to watch me make a fool of myself, are you?
You think I would derive amusement from watching you fall into depression over your life's various troubles? If that's the case, then I suppose I must have been entertaining myself for years. I came here to pick up a few files. If your voice hadn't managed to get through my soundproof earpieces, I probably wouldn't have noticed you.
All right, I admit I was probably overreacting just now. Probably not when he's right here with us. As his senior, I shouldn't try to tarnish his reputation.
There was nothing embarrassing or shameful about it. When I was still a student at the academia, I once collaborated with Kaveh on a research project. A collaboration is usually beneficial for all parties, but due to issues with our personalities, we ended up going our separate ways before completing the project. We had a number of differences, and they remain unresolved even today. But there's no point going into that right now. The more important question is, why are you at the House of Dana?
As a senior scholar, isn't it my responsibility to offer my friend a quick tour and explanation of the Academia's architecture?
I see. Then let me guess. Your next stop will be the pavilions around Razan Garden? Our famed architect sure loves showing off that corner to all his friends. Oh, and Kaveh, a lot of the books you annotated have been moved to the innermost section of that bookshelf over there. You'll have to dig them out yourself if you need to find them.
Huh? But why would you know that? Don't tell me you finally had an epiphany and realized that there's great virtue in respecting your elder's work.
Sure, if that will give you some self-confidence. Leave any words of thanks you may have to the ex-Grand Conservator. The last time he was here, he was complaining that he had received reports from current students. The main grievance being that the annotations are too long and difficult to read. As a result, the books you annotated have been moved to the back shelves.
What? But all of my annotations were extremely important. Instead of reporting me, they should have been thanking me for my service. The notes that I took, they couldn't have asked for a better analysis of those books. Okay, just you wait. I'm going to fix this right now. I'll dig all the books out and return them to the proper shelves.
Oh, we'll wait. Anyway, you were about to say he's feeling a bit down? Put through the ringer. What an interesting phrase. I assume he used those exact words. He probably did suffer quite a bit, that's true. He always spends a lot of time editing his proposals, with the goal of satisfying as many of the client's preferences as possible. But the satisfaction of one client will not translate to general satisfaction with his work. Many problems in life can only be solved by a fundamental change of attitude. As the leading genius of Ksharawar, Kaveh should have both the right and the confidence to reject any unreasonable demands. There are plenty of architects in Sumeru who are inferior to him in skill, yet far more irascible in temperament. What's more, there are plenty of people who look up to such individuals as paragons of staying true to one's principles. Clearly, his predicament is inevitable, since he holds other people's feelings as more important than his own. Of course, each person is different, and we should respect the paths that they have chosen for themselves. Admonitions will serve no purpose. People tend to succumb to familiar pitfalls, and this is especially true for those who believe it's their duty to carry more burdens on their shoulders.
Looks like you were having an enjoyable chat while I was gone. Were you talking about me by any chance?
What do you think?
What else is there to talk about? Surely no one would be interested in talking about the files that you were browsing through earlier. Anyway, you should take a look at this. Look at this comment on page 82. Dear Kaveh, thank you so much for annotating this book in such detail. It was a great help to me. See that? Now that's how a student should treat their seniors.
And it looks like you're already in a much better mood now. It really doesn't take much to make you happy, huh?
Me? Happy? I'm mocking that retired blockhead for being so full of himself. He understands nothing about the true beauty of architecture. When I can find some time,
Hey,
I'll have a
Phoenix.
serious talk with him about
Yo.
making sure these books are where they belong.
said that
Why don't you just move
Frost
all the
is in
books
the
yourself?
United States.
It's not like he hasn't cursed you out
Huh?
before. What was
Frost
that nickname
said
he
that
gave
he
you
is in
while
the
you were
United
academia?
States.
The urchin of
United
Kisharwar?
States.
Silas?
Kaveh had a habit of
Silas.
scribbling and writing in all kinds of books.
Yeah, I'm in your chair. Right now.
Hey! You didn't need to bring that up.
That's it.
At least, oh, actually,
No,
I
there's-
also
there's
found a really
other-
old sketch in one of the books over there.
Countries here,
See?
so. or
Doesn't it
states.
remind you of
I'm
something?
retarded. I don't know which one it is.
Huh? Don't tell me even you...
Don't ask me.
You... In that case...
We can also plainly see...
If I don't keep bringing up the need, there shouldn't be any complaints about Port Ormos. If I remember correctly, the construction process was very smooth. Everything
trying to
was
get the
made
server
ready
to
ahead of
work
time,
again.
and there were very few safety concerns.
There are indeed no records of any complaints about this project. A most impressive achievement.
See? What did I tell you? Come on, let's take a stroll through Port Ormos next. I'll tell you all about the designs I made for the place.
No need. It's almost time to clock out for the day, and I don't...
Suit yourself.
Wait, he said Frost is in Los Angeles.
I'm not in Los Angeles.
That's what Silas said.
I don't know.
Where Frost is.
Bro, the server's so annoying. Just like turn on and stay on.
No, I didn't design any one specific building. Most of my work here concerned structural renovation. Port Ormos had already existed since I was still a young child. It wasn't as large as it is now, though. It only came to its current size after a sizable expansion. I was part of that project.
It says the fabric
arch bridge over
version
there, for
is not
example. That was one of my designs.
1.0.14.21. It literally is.
When I was first tasked with the project, I decided to reference the growth patterns of nearby trees to split Port Ormos into 2 levels. My goal was to improve the overall utilization of space. We ran into a lot of issues during construction, but thankfully, we were still able to achieve the original vision. Residents can now behold all the ships entering and leaving the harbor from the vantage point of the bridge, while visitors can recognize the site of Port Ormos from a long ways away. I was still young and new to the trade back then. I could hardly believe that an idea in my head could become reality, remain in the world for many years to come. a true cornerstone of the creative process. The point about the design that will be ultimately used to judge its true worth. It was the first time that it became crystal clear in my mind. Once built, a building will continue to stand. Countless people will see it, and countless more will step inside it. Its final worth, whether it's good or bad, will be assessed by the countless generations of people that interact with the building during their lives. You think so? I'm glad to hear that. But even with this project, I still had one small regret. My budget was tight, and I was unable to use the higher quality timber I had originally intended for the design. I knew that some concessions on aesthetics would be needed as soon as I agreed to a proposal that prioritized the practical functions of the project. Us creative types know better than anyone that most projects cannot be completed without a few regrets. Even the Palace of Alcazarzare was not perfect.
Fabric loader. This is a loader. I don't know what I'm looking. Maybe it's this. I have to.
Yeah, you're right. I should learn to look toward future opportunities and believe that any regrets I have can be overcome in time. We've spent long enough here. There's still one last place I want to go. Great. Most of my projects over the last few years have had something to do with the desert, partially because there's a special place there that I often visit. This is a rare opportunity, so why don't you come along and see it for yourself? If you ever feel down, maybe you'll be able to go there and feel better too. Who would have thought that so many primal constructs could have congregated here while I was gone? We won't be able to sit and talk peacefully with these guys around. Let's clear the area. Come at me! Scanning!
Tell me why you nothing more.
Sight clear!
I forgot I was muted, or not muted.
Come at me!
Let's dance.
Breaking new ground! Isn't this place great? I often come here to clear my mind when I'm dealing with a difficult situation. You know what I mean. Everyone finds themselves in frustrating situations once in a while. Just take me as an example. My family life got shaken up quite a bit when I was young. I struggled in school.
Yes, it's
and I got into
turning
a huge
on.
pile of debt building the Palace of Alcazarzare. Although Hatham thinks that it's because of my personality
I feel like
that I
crying
continue
right now.
to live in the shadow of the past. I think it's also just a part of life.
Oh
Plus,
my
if I look
god.
back,
It's
I've
been
honestly had my
45
fair share of good
minutes.
luck as well. You could probably say I followed in the path of my mother. Like her, I've
Why are
gained a
you
name for
absolutely
myself
ghost
as an
striking?
architect, built something that's seen as my magnum opus, and found many projects that others have
Why
entrusted
do
to
you
me
have
to
so many
finish.
phones charging?
What?
Nothing. I'm just talking to my grandpa who has 3 phones.
Damn.
that he uses all three of them in his daily life. Like I don't know how you can do that. I feel like that's physically impossible. But you know, he's just like, nah. I use this one for a certain app. I use the other one for a certain app, and then
Life
this
is
phone
too
don't work
boring
for
when
those
you
certain
live with no
apps, so I have to use it.
enthusiasm and passion. Only those who believe in the inherent meaning of it can capture the small nuances of everyday life and turn
Why
them
do you
into
think I got my
inspiration
computer?
for beautiful designs. Of course, I will concede that loving something also means taking it to heart. So to an extent, caring is also a source of pain. If I didn't love my work, I wouldn't be
Oh.
so torn up about it all the time. But still, isn't this place beautiful?
Yes!
Despite the erosion from the
Yes!
winds and changing
It's
seasons, you can
working!
still perceive its past beauty and glory. With different landforms come different architectural styles. The desert's history has left it
Oh
with
my
few
god.
records regarding its buildings, so I often visit the desert to investigate things in person. The site here has moved me ever since the first time I laid my eyes on it. I told myself that one day, I would also be able to create buildings that move others.
Okay, let's
My
see what
pain will one
mods
day
I added
fade into
was
nothing, just as I
lots
reach
of
the end of
mods.
my
Oh my
life.
gosh.
But buildings are
I
different.
added
They are far
so
more
many
valuable
mods,
than most
but it
materialistic things,
feels
and far more
so
durable than human
good.
flesh. As long as there remain souls in the world who can decipher the meaning
Because
behind them,
now...
they will also have acknowledged me across the vast stream of time. If you were to ask me what art is, that would be my answer. You think so? But I feel I've always been like this. Remember that question I brought up before? The one about whether I should see art as a divine gift of inspiration from the gods, or as a product of my own existential struggle. I still haven't found an answer to that yet. But if art wasn't inherently paradoxical and enigmatic, then people probably wouldn't be drawn to it. Those who pursue art will be unable to avoid the pain that it naturally brings. Will often be floating on cloud 9 one second, and sinking in a mire the next. I'll try gathering my thoughts again once I've found a way to define art in the first place. In any case, thank you so much for listening to everything I had to say.
Hey, I finished it. Let's go. Get the achievement. I got 20 more shit saved up. Let's go. Actually, if I had it's true.